Cool, and we are live. All right, Red Alert, how's it going? Are you at least 18, and do you think you can give me a good reason to be a conservative?
Yeah, I'm 27, and conservative is just the best path. I mean, there's so much into it. I mean, it follows my religion more than progressiveness. It looks out for the better and greater good for our country as a whole in the long term.
Thank you so much, Grippy. I appreciate that. All right, cool. So you said that it follows your religion. I saw the cross there, and I'm sorry. You told me your name is Red Alert.
You can call me Red.
All right, Red. All right. So you said that we can start off with either religion or it looks after the country more. I disagree. That actually looks after the country more. I think every single time conservatives have been on the wrong side of history. So I'm not sure how it looks after the country more, because when we want to progress things, when we want things to progress in our society, conservatives are usually the one that are against it. So how do you think that it looks after the country more? Not only that, the policies that would be beneficial for our fellow countrymen, conservatives seem to always be against it. So I'm not sure how that would be looking after the country more.
Yeah, no, so we want to bring back factories. We want to bring back more jobs. We want to bring back manufacturing. We want to be more independent from other countries. You know, like, why are we solely reliant on other countries? If China were to decide, which actually they decided last year to cut off gunpowder, or I shouldn't even say the G word, my bad, but they decided last year to do that. You know how that's affecting us right now? And if we even wanted to pursue am I even allowed to say the W word?
Say something like, large scale battle or something.
Yeah, conflict. So if we wanted to pursue a conflict, you know how hard it would be? So even if we wanted to protect ourselves right now, we have a limited supply of powder. And that is by design, because we solely rely on other countries. We, as a conservative party, want to be safe, secure, and independent from the rest of the world as much as possible.
Red Alert, can I?
Hold on, Hammy.
I'm sorry.
So let's go through that one by one. When you say you want to be independent from other countries, one thing that you have to realize is that
as much as
possible, right? So the thing is, though, if that's the case, that we're already there. We are as independent as we can be, because a lot of the things that we do get from other countries or that we import, we have to, because we just don't have number one, we don't have the chain supply to do it, and number two, a lot of the things are just not grown here, right? They're not natural to this land mass. So one way or another, you're going to have to be dependent on another country. And number two, we have the largest, most effective military on the planet. So to say that we want to be safe as much as possible, we already are. We can glass the entire planet 3 times over and be literally the only country around. Only reason we don't do that is because, humanitarian reasons. That's kind of insane, right? And the second reason is because we actually depend on other materials from other countries in order to have those type of things, right? Because we can't even grow it here. That's the second thing. But what you're saying that you want, we already have. So what is it that y'all want now? It seems strange.
Yeah, no, so that's actually wrong. So we, like I said, as independent as possible. So if we get raw materials from other countries and then we do what we please with those materials, then we can build and make things. We can still have factories here, manufacturing here. So that's what I'm saying is, if China were to cut us off right now, which probably isn't that far out of the realm of things that could happen. Yes, they like money, but if they decide that us failing is more important than the money that we give them, then they can do that, and we can suffer hard because of that.
I mean, can we do the same thing to them?
With what? What do we give to China and the masses that they give us? Go to Walmart and tell me 100 items that are made in the U.S. and then tell me 10,000 that are made in China. And you can find 10,000 that are made in China way easier than you can find 100 that are made in the U.S.
That's exactly the reason why they need us.
Like I said, what is more pushing towards their agenda if they wanted to cut us off?
Us surviving because we're their biggest buyer. Why would they want to cut off the biggest buyer?
Because there's other agendas at play. They're supplying Russia with the majority of their powder for the Ukraine thing, and then we're supplying the other side of it. So we're hurting China, we're hurting Russia. They are not happy about it, even though that they don't have an exact alliance through NATO or anything like that. They still have a secret alliance, or I wouldn't even call it secret, but they still are on the same team, whether we like it or not, even though China's a part of NATO.
Yeah, China's not part of NATO, but yeah, it's a geopolitical rivalry, right? We understand that, but both sides understand mutually assured destructions. We kind of need each other, and like, there's no way to not do that living in a global economy. Like, unless you want to go back to an isolationist nations, or isolationist for other countries, like global isolationism, which is not going to happen. Like, we're too tied together. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm trying to understand what you mean as independent as possible. That's already the case. Like,
yeah, I would like it that way. If another country were to cut us off, we wouldn't be completely and utterly screwed.
We're not. That's the thing. We're not. So the world's reserve currency is the dollar. We're not screwed. Unless that changes, then we'll be screwed. But it hasn't changed yet.
That's why most of the countries are buying gold right now. Most of the most powerful people are buying as much gold as possible right now because the American dollar is going down.
Yeah. The American dollar is decreasing. Like, it's going to happen from some time in our society that America's not going to be the top dog anymore. That's just how it works.
You just said that the entire globe runs off of our dollar.
Right, exactly.
And that's why we're in power, and that's why we're untouchable with these other countries, in your exact words.
Right, exactly.
You just admitted that it's going to go down, and it is.
That is inevitable. Yeah, I'm saying, what I'm saying is that if that is inevitable, that America won't be the top dog anymore. But so what?
So we won't have control because of our almighty dollar.
Why do we need control over the planet? We don't need that.
No, we don't need control over the planet. We need independency as much as possible, so we can survive as a nation without relying on other countries.
Right, but that's not possible. Every country relies on somebody else.
Like I said, as much as possible. Right, as much as possible. How are you saying it's not possible?
What I'm saying is,
it's not the case.
Hold on, it is the case. We're already independent as much as possible.
We have no factories here.
We do have factories here. We do have factories here.
Tell me, if everything goes downhill and we can't get anything from China anymore, where are you going to get car parts? Where are you going to get
Mexico?
All right. So in theory, some car parts can come from Mexico, but they don't have the factory set up for us to just go there and buy parts that are already made. They would have to set up new factories to start buying parts.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What I'm saying is I want to bring back factory jobs, and we want to bring back factory jobs to the United States, so that we have the things that we need to survive.
How?
It's already in the process of happening. Just the tariffs alone have brought so many factories that are being built right now.
They haven't. This has already been studied ad infinitum. In order to get the supply chain and the factories that you want, it's going to take at least 15 years. So having tariffs right now is not going to do anything. And not only that, like what you're saying is, when you say like factories, et cetera, like what are we talking about? Like just car parts? As a matter of fact, why are we so dependent on? Give me a second. Why are we so dependent on the car in the first place? Shouldn't we try to become independent of cars?
Independent of cars, and in which way, shape, and/or fashion?
Public transportation.
And that's not a vehicle?
No, it's not. Public transportation is not a vehicle. Public transportation is trains and buses.
Trains, and so buses aren't vehicles.
I know they're vehicles. I'm not talking about vehicles. I'm talking about personal vehicles. I'm not talking about personal vehicles. I'm talking about public transportation. Trains and buses.
So you're a socialist?
Huh?
You're a socialist or communist?
I'm a socialist, yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm not debating with you. Get fucked, dude.
Okay, kiss my ass and suck my dick. All right, so you're the one who told me to get fucked. So if you want to start with the insults, you can suck my dick. All right? Unless you want to have a conversation. You want to insult? You want to have a conversation?
Nah, boot me, bro. I can't debate a socialist. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you can. Sure, you can debate a socialist. You can debate me.
No, it's so far left.
The Black Panthers were socialists. You have a problem with the Black Panthers?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, the Black Panthers were a group of people who believed in gun rights and self-determination for black people. You have a problem with that?
Violence, yeah. We should all have a problem with that.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Do you have a problem with self-determination? Do you have a problem with that? Red alert. Do you have a problem with that or not?
Dude, I have no idea what you're even talking about with the Black Panthers.
Okay, I just told you. The Black Panthers were all about self-determination because black people were under oppression. Do you have an issue with that? No, right? I'm assuming you don't have an issue with
I don't
black
know
people.
the
Hold on,
context of
Red
the
Alert.
Black
Listen,
Panthers in general.
I know you don't, but I'm explaining it to you. The Black Panthers, under oppression of black people, they believe that black people should have self-determination and the right to bear arms. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree that black people should have the right to bear arms?
Right.
Yes. Do I feel
Right,
like
exactly.
they have the right to express their feelings
So the Black
of it
Panthers,
just?
so the Black Panthers were socialist,
But
and they
I'm not
believe
going to
that.
speak. I'm not going to speak on the Black Panthers.
I
just
know,
for the
I know
context
that,
of
I know.
your
But
beliefs.
listen to what I'm saying, Red Alert. You're saying that you can't debate the socialists, and they're so far left, and they're so like this, that, and the third. But the Black Panthers, who were socialists, believe in the same thing you did. So doesn't that mean that your idea about socialism might be wrong?
Believe in what? The same thing that I do.
You just said that you agree that black people should have the right to bear arms, and Black Panthers, who were socialists, believe in the same thing. Doesn't that mean that your idea of socialism may be wrong?
No, my idea of socialism has nothing to do with firearms.
All right, so what is your idea of socialism then? What is your idea?
Socialism is everybody lives off the system. Everybody has a part in the system, plays a role in the
Right.
system, and it's disgusting.
Right,
I
that's
couldn't
wrong.
imagine-
Right, that's
Look
wrong.
at the biggest
Right, that's
socialist
wrong.
countries.
That's wrong. You mean like Norway?
Well, yeah, there's Norway, Sweden, Finland,
Yeah, and what's wrong with those
and then
places?
there's also China, Russia,
What's wrong
North
with
Korea.
China? Russia is not socialist. Russia is a capitalist country.
They literally use communist symbols, and they're coming out of
No,
socialism.
China does, not Russia.
What about North Korea?
And North Korea. North Korea follows Juche. They follow a brand of Marxism that no one even understands. Like their brand of Marxism is ridiculous. No one even
North
understands.
Korea is slowly falling more and more out of socialism as we speak.
No, they're falling out of their system, Juche. Sure, yeah, I agree with you there because they have to participate in the global economy. But what I'm saying is that socialism is a lot more dynamic than what you think. You think that everybody just feeds off the system. It's not really what socialism is. If I were to tell you that, if I were to say that, hey, I want to live in a country where we have guaranteed housing, therefore nobody goes homeless. Like if something were to happen to you, I don't want this to happen to you, but if something were to happen to you, right, and you were to go homeless tomorrow, but you can walk into an office and they say, okay, we'll find you a place to live, sleep here for 2 days, and then they come to you like, oh, we found you a place to live. Would that be a good society?
I'm extremely old school. I have very, very old school beliefs in the way that it should be what the planet has always been before we made it easy to live. It should be survival of the fittest.
Why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't we have a more easier to live society? Why is that a problem?
Because it makes people weak, and it gives the opportunity for people to complain about the stupid nonsense that they do.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight.
Gender.
All right, let me get this straight. Hold on. Let me just understand. Let me get this straight. If we live in a society where people are allowed to live a lot easier, you have an issue with that? So that means we shouldn't have cars?
The entire planet runs off.
Hold on, Red Alert. You said that if we have a society that makes life easier, you don't want to live in that. So you want to not have cars?
Cars isn't making it. So
Yeah, it does.
that
Cars make shit a lot easier.
Life easier.
Exactly. So you also want to live in. Everybody pause. You also want to live. You also want to live in a society where things are easier to live. The only thing that we disagree with are things like guaranteed housing, universal health care, etc. I believe that universal health care should be a thing because everybody should at least have access to it.
You can still have universal health care with conservatism. That's not true. You can still have universal health care with conservatism.
It's not your turn, Stone Age. It's Red Alert's turn.
I'm just saying what you said is incorrect. So
Okay,
you said
so
you can't
hold
have
on, Stone Age.
universal health care without
I didn't say you can't have universal health care without conservatism. That's not what I said. You're not listening. So, Red Alert, again, I believe we should live in a society that makes things easier to live, and you think that we shouldn't. So should we get rid of cars? No, right? Because that would be silly.
Sense.
Hold on. Yeah, Stone, be quiet. It's not your turn. So Red Alert. Hold on. Red Alert. Let me understand your argument. Red Alert. Let me just understand your argument because you said that's what you said. We shouldn't live in a society that makes things easier. That was your argument. So I'm taking it to your logical conclusion. Should we get rid of cars? No, right? Should we get rid of phones? No, right? Red Alert. Stop. I'm just trying to understand your argument. So we shouldn't get rid of cars. We shouldn't get rid of phones. So you agree with me that we should live in a society that makes things easier, but you disagree with certain policies, which are what?
Right. So what I'm saying is that we shouldn't take care of people and incentivize them to not work. Is it like, oh, you don't want to work? You have anxiety. Oh, why don't we just make your life so easy that you don't have to do anything? Oh my God, you have this problem going on. Let's just make your life completely paid for by the taxpayers who actually do work. It incentivizes people to stay that way. There's so many people in Section 8 housing that refuse to allow their kids to get jobs.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Leave the house.
Can I interrupt you real quick? Redler, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I'm just going to interrupt you real quick. I'm just going to interrupt you real quick. No, I'm going to interrupt. No, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. No one believes what you're saying. That's the thing. When you say that we should make lives easier, oh, you have anxiety, you shouldn't work, we're going to pay for everything. No one believes that, bro. Actually, let me correct myself. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, wait. I'm just gonna correct myself. I'm pretty sure if you go online into some spaces on Twitter, sure, you're gonna find 1 to 2 tweets of people who believe that, right? I'm pretty sure you'll find that. What I'm saying is, hold on, wait. Stoned, it's not your turn yet. What I'm saying is that in general, hey, yes, we can. You have to mute yourself. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
Hey, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Can I add some points?
So hold on, Stone. Stone, it's not your turn. I'll get to you.
Okay.
I'll get to you, Stone. Be patient.
Thank you.
All right. So red alert. What I'm saying is that your entire concept of people are just not going to be to incentivize not working. Everyone just lives off some system or whatever. That's no one's goal, right? Like no one is saying to do that because that's not even possible. Now, there are people who are severely disabled and cannot work. We both know that, right? Like if you don't have hands or some shit, there's some jobs you're not gonna be able to do, right? And you may have to get on disability. That's understandable. But if you're an able-bodied person and you don't have severe, mental or physical things that causes you to not work, everyone wants somebody to contribute to society. It's literally in Marx to say to each according to their capability, each according to their need, et cetera, et cetera. That literally means everyone contributes to society. So what you're talking about, like no one really believes on the left.
It's happening right now.
But it's not. But it's not. It's not happening on the
working. Yes, it is for anxiety, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Have anxiety.
Okay, yeah. There are people with severe anxiety. We understand there are people with severe anxiety, right? And we want to get those people some help, like therapy and shit like that. Ability. Thank you, that one. Ability. To each according to their ability, to each according to their need. So each according to their ability literally means everyone should contribute to society. That's literally what it means.
But second they get a job.
Hold on. Yeah. I get you. So, red alert. When we're talking about people actually contributing to society, yeah, there are people with severe anxiety that causes them to not to work, right? People with schizophrenia, severe anxiety, social anxiety, etc., right? That debilitates them. For those people, we will want systems in order to help them out, for they can contribute to society.
Associating with people is helping them out, but what I'm saying is that the second they get a job, they start making income, all their benefits are gone, and then they don't do it. They never pursue it because their benefits will be lost.
Agreed. That's why I don't agree with the way that we do welfare in this country. We should do it another way. So you agree with me?
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Right. The way we do welfare in this country is. No, we shouldn't just take it away. We shouldn't just take it away. We should do some. We shouldn't just take it away. We should reform the entire system, because the way we do welfare in this country is terrible. So let's go ahead and reform the system.
We should incentivize people to get back into back into working.
We already do that. If you don't work, you're gonna die, bro. We already do that.
Dude, there's literally people that tell their kids, "Oh, you can't get a job. You can't pursue leaving my household because I make money off you through my taxes. Because you're a dependent. I get food stamps for you. I get all these other benefits in Section 8 housing because you're in my house and that there's no income coming in. So if you go get a job, I'm going to lose my Section 8 housing. I'm going to lose my food stamps. I'm going to lose my food. It's such. Let
me ask you a question. Do you know how Section 8 works?
Yes.
How does it work?
So if, let's say the mother is disabled and can't work and she has children, and then she goes and applies for Section 8 housing. She goes and gets Section 8 housing. She gets a certain amount that is paid towards her rent every month. And then she also gets benefits through other programs like food stamps and potentially cash through the government, through SNAP programs. You can also apply for cash. You can also apply for health insurance.
Okay.
And then they get all these benefits.
Okay, hold on. Listen, Red Alert. Listen, to what I'm saying. That's not how Section 8 works. Section 8 is a lottery. Just because you're poor and disabled doesn't mean you'll get it. You literally have to win Section 8. When it comes to food stamps, you don't just get it. You actually have to go through means testing. They'll look at your income. They'll look at everything. And you have to be looking. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. It is not your turn.
Okay.
So Section 8 specifically is a lottery. Food stamps and SNAP and cash assistance, you have to go through means testing. They're going to look at your assets. They're going to look at your income. And you actually have to be looking or at work already. At least that's how it works in Florida. You don't just go to an office and sign up and they give it to you. That's not how that works.
In my
you know how? Hold on. You know how I know? Because I used to work in that system. I used to work for the DFACs in Florida. It does not work that way.
I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm a Section 8 landlord. I get incentives from the government to keep people in Section 8 housing. They give me funding to repair the house, thousands of dollars, a percentage on the property value, 10% of the property value they give you each year to keep on working on the houses, and they can incentivize you to buy more houses and give you less APR on other Section 8 housing. They help you out with so much. They incentivize you to put as many people in Section 8 housing as possible, in my state at least. I'm not sure about your state. And then
Tell me, is it because it's cheaper to incentivize existing landlords to get Section?
When it's not your turn, you don't talk. All right, so Red Alert, go ahead. You said in Section 8 housing in Pennsylvania, they literally try to force people to, or not force, or they promote people to be on Section 8 in order for landlords to get more money through the government. That's what they do.
Yes. So
how do they incentivize that? How do they do that?
They give you money to do repairs on the house. So like, let's say I have
how Section 8 works everywhere.
So
that's how Section 8 works everywhere, bro.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure because I'm not familiar with your state, and you're saying that...
Yeah, that's how it works everywhere.
So if people need jobs to be on Section 8 in your state and they don't mind, I don't know what is going on.
What I'm saying is, Red Alert, is that Section 8 is a lottery. You don't just sign up and get it, and the government just gives you money for people signing up for it. It's a lottery. They have to win Section 8. It's literally a lottery system, bro. You have to win Section 8.
Could I add some points?
Incentivizing landlords to put up as many Section 8 houses as possible. That's what I'm saying. Like, it might be rare.
How do they do that? How do they incentivize landlords to get put more people on Section 8?
Do they not repair your house? Do they not give you thousands of dollars to repair your house?
That's how that works everywhere, bro. That's how that works everywhere.
Exactly. So how is that not incentive to do Section 8 housing?
It's not in his pocket. It's in the government's pocket. That's the point he's making to you. How do you not understand what he's saying?
It's not your turn, Stone.
All right. So what I'm saying is
that not incentive? They're going to fix up your house for you, and they're going to make sure that the rent for that tenant is paid at all times.
Sir, you're lying. You are absolutely lying.
The host and I just agreed that we're not lying. I'm not lying.
No, you are absolutely full of it because I am from Pennsylvania and I know you're full of shit.
Oh my God!
Why did I just come into this live and? No, because why the hell did I just come into this live and you're sitting here telling a Floridian man that people from Pennsylvania are incentivized and landlords are incentivized to take Section. Why are you lying to this man like that?
That's literally how it works. The government pays for his repairs.
Pays for the repairs on the building. And
you're literally spewing nonsense. This lady joined the call.
All right. So,
because now, hold on. Now I'm about to mute y'all. Because I'm about to tell y'all.
Stop getting loud. There's no need to get loud.
All right. Everybody pause. Everybody pause. Everybody pause.
No, I'm a mod, and I will.
Why do you want to be uncivilized?
Keep.
Hey, Stoned.
Keep on getting off. Come off of mute. You don't come off of mute until you come.
Stoned. I already told you, Stoned. I already told you, Stoned. It's not your turn. It's not your turn. Stoned. It is not your turn. I've told you that from the beginning. When it's not your turn, please don't speak. When it's not your turn, please don't speak. The reason I let her up to speak. The reason I let her up to speak is because she's a mod. All right. So when it comes to Pennsylvania, your claim is that they incentivize people because they're going to go ahead and fix up your house. The thing is, it works the same way in Florida too. Yeah, they'll give you some money in order to fix up the house in order for you to get Section 8. That doesn't mean just because you're a landlord who applies for Section 8 that you're going to get it. And not only that, again, Section 8 is a lottery.
Do you know how hard it is to get Section? I literally have a god sister that was on Section 8, and she has children. Do you know how long it took her to get Section 8? It took her damn near 7 years.
Well, see,
so I know you're lying.
If it was just you and I talking, I'd stay up here, but I can't do this. I physically can't. My brain hurts.
I'm like, sir,
all right, that's fine, Red Alert. But the question then becomes: did he leave? Oh, he didn't leave yet. Yeah, he did leave. All right, cool. Hey, Hammy, I do apologize. I didn't get you in it. Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Because why are they lying, Jose? Why are they lying?
Yeah. All right, Stoned Age, it is your time to shine now. Now you can speak. All right, so
perfect.
Give me 1 second. Erica Vance, go ahead and come on up. All right, so Stoned Age, how's it going? Are you at least 18, and can you give me a good reason to be a conservative?
Yeah. So essentially, what I'm trying to understand is, are you saying that the liberalism is a better option than conservatism? Is that the point you're making, or no?
I think the policies of the left, not the Democrats, mind you, because I don't think the Democrats are leftists, but I think leftist policies are better for our society.
Do you think high taxation affects poor people or rich people?
High taxation?
Yeah.
It kind of affects all of us, to tell you the truth. But high taxation is
never once in U.S. history has high taxation affected rich people.
So high taxation, I don't think high taxation actually matters. Is what the taxes are being spent on.
Okay, so do you think it's a little absurd when people say that conservatives are defunding things? It's because so what I hear from liberals a lot is when conservatives bring up defunding certain programs, they think it's like impacting the U.S. in such a negative way, when really it's just to reduce high taxation, right? So,
no, whenever we can make a difference between Republicans and conservatives, since I made a difference between the left and Democrats. But as specifically when it's Republicans, when they cut things out, it's literally just to reduce what they call government spending. But that affects other things when they do that.
Okay. So another thing I want to bring up is, do you know that America and Canada have horrible union situations, and North America has terrible construction, actually, especially the public sector, right? And you know that has to do a lot with the Liberal Party and problems with unionization. You know that unions typically so I don't live in the U.S. I actually live in Canada, and here in Canada, the way it works is unions basically slow the rate of construction down, and unions typically like to incentivize strikes. And what happens is when strikes happen in construction, roads don't get finished, and typically a lot of cities here also suck, right? Because we don't have good road construction here, especially in the U.S. Even in the U.S., road construction is pretty bad.
Yep.
So I don't see. When it comes I agree with the gentleman that was on Red Alert, because he had a very good point. It does promote laziness, and unions do promote laziness and bad work.
They don't.
Have you?
How do they promote laziness and bad work?
I'm in management, so I'm not unionized. No.
Okay, great. So when it comes to when you say the unions promote bad work, literally everything that we have, all the rules that we have in America around the work, it came from unions. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've worked in
so when
unions before.
Yeah, and I've worked with union men before as well. The unions don't. The unions, at least in America, I'm not sure. I don't know about Canada, but in America, unions don't promote bad work because the reason what they promote is good working conditions and fair working conditions and fair wages for the work.
Actually, I'm like, can I ask, Stoned, how do unions in Canada promote bad work? I'm about to Google these things.
Because all unions do is go on strikes to continue to raise wages for zero reason at all.
Oh, no.
Wait.
That's not the reason for strikes.
Hold on. Are you against wages being raised?
I'm against wages being raised unnecessarily. Yeah.
Unnecessarily, okay.
Okay, what
about
does
necessarily?
unnecessarily mean?
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So when a union strike happens, right, and then there's a bunch of projects that require said union workers. Those projects can't be finished because those union workers are all striking for a wage, right?
Right. So how is that unnecessary? Because if they don't agree with the wage,
they don't agree with the wage is just an entitlement issue they have. That's not like a problem for anyone else.
No, I don't think that's an entitlement issue. I think everyone is entitled to fair wages. So are the wages fair?
The wages are very fair. Construction workers, especially labor positions, make more than 40 an hour in Canada. They make plenty of money.
Okay, can you tell me exactly? Because I want to Google some of this stuff as we're talking.
Right. So
because I'm American as well, so I'm not familiar with Canada and their system.
It's practically the same. We basically have very similar systems in terms of like, for example, infrastructure in Canada and infrastructure in US are like universally binded. So essentially, I can have an education for infrastructure in Canada and still work in the US.
All right. So
the United States and Canada are very similar in a lot of ways, but they are different because they are different.
Yeah, but not in infrastructure.
Right. So yeah, I get that. Right. In infrastructure, they're not going to be that different because our countries connect and we speak the same language.
Exactly.
So that's going to happen.
But here's the thing: Mexico is right next to America as well, but there's differences. I would think, to be fair, that Canada would be more similar to America than Mexico.
Than Mexico, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But Stone, here's what I want to get to. Right, there are legitimate criticism of unions. For example, unions in America for a long time were racially exclusionary. That's number one, and number two, a lot of them have mafia things in them. So yeah, those are two legit criticisms of the union. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's up there in Canada as well.
I actually.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me just finish one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure up in Canada as well they had issues with the mob and with racially exclusionary unions. I'm pretty sure that happened up there too. Those are legitimate. Yeah, and they still do. Yeah, those are legitimate criticisms, right? Those are concerns I have around unions. But saying that because unions have those problems, therefore leftism promotes laziness is kind of a leap.
I don't think so. I think there's a correlation, right? So.
But there's a correlation between laziness and because the people I know that work under unions are very hard working.
Have you never heard of like the saying like 5 guys on the job, 1 man working?
Yeah, I've heard of that saying. Yeah, because
that's exactly how it. Yeah, that's exactly the issue with unions.
I know, and that came from unions. Yeah, but unions do have legit issues like being associated with the mob. Everyone knows that, right? Those 5 guys who aren't working, they're in the mob. You know what I'm saying? So we know that.
No.
So hold on, let me just finish. So yeah, I get exactly what you're saying, right? There are legit criticisms of unions, but to make the leap from unions can be corrupt to leftism promotes laziness is a huge leap because again,
because the reality is,
you don't think unions lobby with leftists?
Yeah, of course. Unions aren't. Unions and leftism kind of go hand in hand because that's what the Soviets were all about, right? Yeah. But to say that leftism then promotes laziness when the USSR went from agrarian society to one of the top industrial producers within 10 years by unionizing all their labor,
also the quality
it's
of
kind
life
of silly,
was low, right? But the quality of life was low, so that's
it was not. That's the thing. It really wasn't.
Soviet Russia, the quality of life wasn't low.
In Soviet Russia, the quality of life actually went up. It went down under Stalin.
So you're claiming that communist Russia had a good quality of life?
Yeah, under Lenin, and then it went down under Stalin.
I don't think so, man. Like I think that's crazy to say. I don't think any.
Okay,
I don't think there's a single. I don't think there's a single good communist leader that has existed.
Stone, I promise you, I'm going to give. I just want to, so we can like define certain things. So, Volsky,
Yeah, that's crazy because I'm also I'm Eastern European in background. That's a crazy thing to say. Like I have family who've been impacted from like communism.
Okay, Stone, chill, please.
Volsky, cause I want us to like have everything defined. So, can you define what you mean by good working conditions because maybe that will help Stone. So, can you define what you mean by that under the Soviet Union?
Basically, fair wages, fair hours, safe working conditions. Not around like radiation, no child labor, et cetera, stuff like that.
So you're saying that they had safe working conditions, not around radiation during the communist Soviet Russia?
Not under Stalin. I'll give you that. Not under Stalin. Under Stalin, that was not the case. But under Lenin, it was.
Okay,
now, I'm giving it to you. Under Stalin, it wasn't the case. Not under Stalin.
Do you know what Chernobyl is?
That happened under Stalin, bro.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you're claiming... Wait, so I'm confused. Are you leftist or are you communist? I'm confused now.
I'm a leftist. I'm not sure if communism will work in America.
I don't think communism would work in general because the theory of communism doesn't work.
Yeah, the theory is a moneyless, stateless society. I'm not sure we can go to moneyless. I don't know if we can.
No, but it's also like in communism, the idea, like especially in Marx, the idea is that you can have equal wealth regardless of societal contribution, which is stupid. Like that's just like idiotic.
No, that's not the theory.
No, but that is in Marx. What do you mean? That is exactly what like communism utopia is.
No. In communism, wealth is not a thing, right? There's no such thing as wealth.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as money. So how can there be wealth if there's no money?
Oh, so essentially the government system is the reliant source.
So within communist infrastructure here, the thing is that everybody works, right? If you want food, if you want housing, if you want things, you work. So everybody is equal in the eyes. Is like your politician is not better than you, or you don't have billionaires, right? Everyone is equal in that retrospect. Where if you work, you eat, you have housing. That's basically the infrastructure when it comes to communism.
Okay, I'm surprised there hasn't been a single good communist government in existence. Don't say China, because China has a capitalistic economic system.
The reason why is because what most people have done is they used Marx as a building block to then implement their own version of that, right? So that's why it's called Leninist communism, because
like Marxist-Leninism,
because Lenin took Marx's ideas and he implemented his own twist on it. And then when Stalin came in, Stalin took Lenin's version and did his own thing with it, right? So everybody keeps building off of Marxism, but they don't actually implement Marx itself.
Yeah, because under Marxism, you actually have to apply it to your conditions, which is what Mao did as well. He applied Marxism to Han Chinese, and that's how you got Maoism. And here that's what Vietnam is doing as well. And over here in America, a lot of like I said, about the Black Panthers before, they applied Marxism to the black condition here in America. You see what I'm saying? So everybody applies it.
Okay, I understand. I forgot about that.
I understand. That makes more sense.
Now, now, let me say this, and this is what's funny. What a lot of people don't know is I don't consider myself either like leftist or liberal or conservative. I kind of I kind of at this point I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle of the two. So I'm like, I'm basically, I consider myself independent.
Same.
For the most part.
Same. I agree. I don't choose any side. I honestly think that America right now, it's really bad for America because you guys do not have a single good option right now, in my opinion, honestly.
I'm like, no,
Democrats are not a good option.
and I agree
crazy,
with you.
man.
But here's the funny thing that I'm like, I think you would find that like a lot of Americans, specifically Black Americans, would agree with you that we have
no good options.
Yeah.
Not great options. I actually think that the two-party system is kind of
literally Democrats and Republicans here. It's like, do you want a shit sandwich or a shit soup? Which one you want?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
You're still giving me shit, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Is it, you're either gonna get shit with bread or shit with a spoon.
I actually feel like the two-party system is kind of. I think it's overused as utility.
Plus, I think the whole I don't know if I can say the guy's name because I don't want to get like your life.
The mustache man?
No. The man on the island.
Oh yeah. We understand. The man on the island.
Yeah. So that should shed a lot of light.
Can you DM
that
me?
Should shed a lot of light on the government because like people on both sides. I basically think everybody on both sides was involved in that, which is absurd. Like the fact that the government is so deeply involved with such a PDF thing is like crazy to me. That's like
thing.
And people still call that conspiracy, which is hilarious as well. Like that's
the
crazy.
man that the KK the man who the current president is friends was friends with.
All of them were friends. All of them. I think basically all of them were friends with even like Bill, Hillary, everybody.
Yes, the list.
Are we talking
the
about
files.
the E-list?
We're talking about the E-list. Exactly. The files.
And they released it. And they released it in like 90% of it was redacted.
Redacted, exactly.
Absolutely insane.
We've been doing that though. That is the crazy part. This man literally got up on the national stage in 2016 and said that he would grab women by the P word. That he literally said that he literally has sexualized his own daughters. Literally, when he was the owner of Miss Universe, literally said that he would sneak into the locker rooms to literally watch the girls in Miss USA and Miss Universe get undressed. But
so we already know.
Let me tell you something.
One thing I also want to
this man is really the only one that think this man is just this outstanding man is MAGA.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I think it's a little delusional when people think that like the political scheme of the way a politician looks determines who they are and their character. Politicians in general are usually not good people. Usually the politician isn't going to be a good guy, right? So it's more of like a kind of a media play. Usually when even when I saw, and I had nothing against. I don't know Mamdani's politics or any of his policies, but I know that he won because his social media presence was really, really good, and he had very good marketing team. So I don't know.
And not only that, policies.
Yeah. He had some good policies.
Now, granted, what really did piss me off, and a lot of Black Americans, like ethnic Black Americans, is that he attributed the building of NYC to immigrant people when it was built by enslaved people. Yeah, that really did piss me off. It did.
It's difficult to do things about that now. You know, it's very.
The thing is like the thing is we can't say a lot of people are ignorant to the fact, but he should know better. Someone like him should know better. I guess it's more politically safer to say that it was built by quote unquote immigrants. It said this was built by enslaved people and immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those political things he has to.
And the enslaved people had already built it before people were coming in. That is the thing. Literally.
No, exactly. No, you're right.
The people that they would be calling immigrants would be colonizers at that point. So that's a whole other.
Yeah, so exactly. I was going to say, going back to, what I was saying regarding Canada, so another thing, people think, for example, so healthcare is universally free in Canada, right? People assume that means it's a good healthcare system, but not necessarily. Here in Canada, the healthcare system is actually not that great, honestly, and you wait in the emergency room long, and people die in the emergency rooms here. It's a very bad problem right now. It's a very big problem.
Yeah, it happens in America too.
No, I know,
It happens
but
in
I mean,
America as well.
I mean, if you have the money, you get the treatment, which is not fair.
But
Obviously.
most
That's the problem.
people in America don't have
the money. Yeah. So that's what it means, Stone. Like that's the part when we talk about like single parent universal health care. That's the part that we say it shouldn't depend on how much money that you have, right? We should do the systems that they have over in like Taiwan or France or Switzerland, places like that. That should be more of the system. Now the Canadian system, I know more. I know it's more universal and I'm not sure if it's single payer or public option. I'm not sure what it is.
It's like basically taxation based. So it's free, and then it comes out of your taxes at the end of the
end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. And even the taxes, it's not that bad. Like you're not paying a lot, but at the same time, the level of care is just garbage. It's straight garbage, and nurses have a really bad like. A lot of nurses have this kind of entitlement issue. Like I get it. They work hard and they have a lot of people yelling in their face. But at the same time, it's their job to put these people in the waiting lists and to make sure they're cared for. And there's been way too many times in a universal healthcare system, people should not be dying in waiting rooms. It's just it should not be happening. Like in America, I can see why it happens because people don't have money. Right, but in Canada, where it's free for everybody in the beginning, right? It's ridiculous to me that people.
Well, America's healthcare system, it's more than just like. There's a lot of issues with our healthcare system. It's actually beyond just people literally dying. There's racial issues regarding healthcare here. It's a lot of different things. So it's very complex.
My apologies, because I might have So when I joined the live, I was like, so I don't know. In America, it might be different, but in Canada, conservatism has nothing against universal health care, and universal health care is a thing on both sides.
No, in America it does.
So
in America
that's because America's political system is very heavily skewed. Because while the rest of the world, universal health care is a center position. Here in America, it is seen as "quote unquote" far left, and that's because the Overton window. I see. The Overton window has shifted so far to the right that even the Democrats, who are supposed to be the left party, is actually still on the right.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying it is.
So I guess conservatism does kind of vary here. So like I'm conservative. I'm like a Canadian conservative, but I don't know. It's not necessarily the same.
I think that is like. I think that's the difference that that's what I was trying to get to earlier is our systems are different. And I think so that's why like the word conservative as a political thing means different things here. And let me tell you, I actually do have some conservative beliefs as well as some non-conservative. Like that's why I'm like, I consider myself a very central person politically, but I'm like, but here in America, conservatism is like far right conservatism is anti-universal health care.
I've noticed.
It's anti-public education. It's
yeah. So like to like for example, Stone, like to explain this, like a Canadian conservative down here would basically be center left. Okay, like that's really how it is. It's kind of insane like that down here. Yeah, I know that's not how it is up there, but down here it's insane.
It's crazy because like I've been in a lot of live debates, and in almost every single one with an American, they have a problem when you don't choose a side, and I never understood that. That to me is just such a brainwashing thing.
That's another problem.
Brainwashing thing.
It is. That's another problem. That's another big problem.
What the hell? Like, why do I have to choose a side?
I had my sister who literally called, who basically thinks I would have voted MAGA because I refused to pick a side.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The thing is that in America, at least, one of the biggest issues that we have is the idea that either you're for us or you're against us. There's no middle. There's no middle ground. There's no gray area. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain topics that we do discuss here on TikTok and stuff where the middle ground is not the best option, right? Like if you sit there and say should black people have rights type of deal, like there is a
No,
for
yeah,
and
like
against
those are
that.
definite answer things.
That's,
Those are like definite
that's something
answer
that's
things.
like
Yeah.
no middle ground should be had.
I'm like there are things like women having reproductive rights where
Right.
and things like that. Like when it comes to human rights, right? That is where like the middle ground, like, but conversations surrounding like this topic, I think there can be a middle ground.
Oh yeah.
And I think I think that's the difference. But like you said, there's a reason why, like a lot of Americans do feel like, hey, if you're against, like, there's a reason why, and it's because of how our political system is just really messed up. Let's put it that way.
It's really messed up.
I know. I know. Yeah, I know.
It's very complicated.
Gotcha. It's very complicated, very messed up. All right, so Stone, I do appreciate you being up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you guys have a good one.
All right, not a problem.
Oh, you too. I'm gonna follow you.
Hey, Stone. Hey, Stone. The problem with us not having universal health care in the United States is, if you look at how much we pay in taxes, we pay more in taxes per capita for health care than countries that already have universal health care.
Yeah.
That is true.
And then we have to pay all of these premiums, co-pays, deductibles, on top of all that. We want our money's worth.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
I really think, like, when I joined the live originally, my main issue with the liberal side of things is that because the liberal government has done a bad job in Canada, it's kind of like all the free things here are kind of like bare minimum.
It's not
stuff.
free. We pay for it in our taxes, and we want our money's worth. That's what we want. Don't say free.
No, but he's from Canada, Tommy.
I'm
so
from
it
Canada.
is
But
a
he's
different.
made up with the same BS.
What are you talking about?
Tommy, he's from a different country, though.
They pay for it.
Chill, Tommy.
Chill, Tommy. Chill
Tommy,
for a second.
Brother, I'm not a.
Chill.
I'm
We
not
cannot
a.
have a crash out moment.
Yeah,
We're trying to
chill
have,
for a
I
second.
don't even know what the substantiation of crashing out is for.
Right. So Tommy, like he gets that, right? Because up in Canada, they pay their taxes and they have a universal system and everything like that. Now, it's still not the best. There's still issues with it. But the fact is, we want what we paid for, right, Tommy? We want that too. It's just that up in Canada, this is not even an argument. You know what I'm saying? A conservative
I don't even know what
it.
he's like. Yeah, I'm so confused right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is he attacking me for?
Up in Canada is not even an issue. Universal health care is universal health care.
That's why I think because here's the thing, Tommy. This is what you're not.
I originally joined
where he's from.
union. My original argument had to do with union and infrastructure. I actually wasn't arguing universal health care to begin with, Tommy. So I don't see the issue.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like I think that's where like it's important to have like this understanding because here. Things work differently in different countries. So when someone from a different country is saying they are conservative, I have to look at their actual system to know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure now to be fair, like I'm not from the UK, for example, but I'm pretty sure I would disagree completely with someone who's a UK conservative. I'm pretty sure I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, UK conservatives.
With stuff.
Yeah, UK conservatism is close to what we have.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like I would have an issue with a lot of their ideology. Stoney, I don't really have an issue with. In fact, in this conversation, you, me, and Stoney have had middle ground. So that is a different conversation.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of debate because if you can find a middle ground, that's a good thing, right? So like the idea is to find some sort of agreeing point. I think a problem with debate especially in America, a huge problem with debate now is like argument and unheard. Nobody is listening to what anybody is saying to each other. They just argue to each other and they don't find any way of possibly taking something from each other's argument, right?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
especially here online, most of the time, debates, they're not even arguing with each other; they're arguing past each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's low. It's crazy.
Yeah. They take this platform as a way to just preach out to the audience who's watching. They don't care about
Now-
the person
I
that they're
I
discussing
seen that
with.
one guy. What's that one guy's name? He's that white guy, Dean something or whatever. He's
Dean
like,
Withers?
Oh, Dean.
yeah,
Dean
man,
Withers.
he's just absolutely horrible, man. Like,
Now, I will
Oh,
admit that
God.
some of the things he says is valid.
yeah, but
actually,
he also spews a lot of nonsense though. Like that's
Right. I'm like, but here's the thing.
He
You
can
know
be
what's
problematic,
funny?
yeah.
Like, he can be very problematic.
and they get
You
very
wanna know how?
emotional. They get very emotional during the debates, and then they start like they start insulting each other, like such like stupid like I don't know. It just hurts
Now,
my brain.
now here is an example of that. My sister actually. The funny thing. My sister debated Dean Withers.
Oh wow, I didn't even know.
Karma debated. I was like, oh my god, she really went up there. Let me tell you something. She debated him and absolutely annihilated him.
Oh wow, I didn't even know. I gotta watch that.
I gotta like listen. If she sends it to me, like she told me about it. I haven't watched it, but she told me about it. It was basically about him like calling out like racism and stuff. It's like, sir, you are the last person that should be calling that out. But I
yeah,
digress.
exactly. You should be the last person to call that out. You know, what I mean, now me, when people like genuinely want to change, right? Sure, I'll give you a chance, but I'm not gonna be the one to change you, bro. you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like, because why in the middle of the debate he called her? I said, see, the anti-blackness came out immediately. See, calling a black woman aggressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of like that's what I'm saying. He can be problematic. You know what I mean? Now there are things like how you said, Kay, that he's on point. You know what I mean? He's definitely on point, but there are other things where I'm like, man, like you gotta. You know, I'm like,
no, but to be fair, he ain't no different than most white liberals here that I can't stand to be most. They virtue signal. They're not.
Yes.
They're virtue signal. Like,
So Stone, like down here in America, right? The issue that a lot of white liberals have is that they think that they don't have a racial bias or they're clueless to their own racial issues. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that ends up
And they
in
absolutely
bad
do.
results. Yeah, they're blind to it a lot of times. You know?
Yeah.
Was it
in
MLK
fact,
Jr. who
they
said?
think they think they're exempt from it because of their
Exactly.
politics. That's the funny part.
Was
Let
it-
me tell you something. One thing I can respect about Republicans and conservatives here is they're upfront with their bullshit. They want to hide and virtue signal behind a party, and I don't like that.
All I gotta say is, if you look who publicly funds both sides, it's the same people. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah. You gotta look at the funds. When you look at who's funding them,
Man,
it's
it's so funny. Like, I don't even like when people like vote Democrat or Republican. I'm just like, man, it doesn't even matter because like you're getting the same deal essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is why I kind of don't blame people for not voting. I can't blame them.
Well, I kind of want to hear what Tommy needs to say though.
Oh yeah, did the
Okay, go ahead,
Democrats
Tommy.
send ICE through these neighborhoods and terrorize everybody?
ICE?
Yeah.
Yeah, ICE is a little like fucked up too. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that's what I'm saying. So this election did matter a lot.
Hey, Tommy,
No,
let's,
I'm not
let's call
supporting
them.
Green there. I
them by their real
voted
name.
for Kamala.
They're the secret
I
police.
did as well.
Let's call
I voted
ICE
for
by their
Kamala.
real
I'm
name.
a part of. Now I'm actually a part of the 92% here, which, if for those of you, which is the percent of Black women that voted for Kamala. I'm a part of 92%. So let's not like get
I
this
think
twisted.
I think the big
But-
problem with ICE too is that like if they were not that they should have to begin with, but if
Okay,
they
no.
were to do it to begin with, they shouldn't have made
Mike,
it public
you
applications.
cannot stop. You gotta you cannot be saying that in a Haitian man's live. Like,
Yeah,
that's not
of course,
okay.
of course, yeah. That's why I invited him. Okay, you muted him. All right, that's not a problem. Yeah, I was gonna.
Because listen, I'm like, listen, I'm a Black American, and I've been getting into, I've been getting into,
I know.
and to some of y'all folks about some of the shit that they do, but I'm not going to
course.
defend that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but
Like, I'm not gonna defend, like, because let me be clear, a lot of the things that happen, like that some Black immigrant groups say about Black Americans is dead ass anti-Black and disgusting. But I'm not gonna defend that.
Oh yeah, of
I
course.
can't defend that.
Yeah, of course. Like when it comes to ICE, just like how Hammy said, we should just call them what they really are, which is kind of the SS. You know what I mean? That's basically what it is.
Now,
Yeah, the secret police.
Now, granted, if you say anything bad about about Black Americans, I have no problem calling them people to get your ass. I have no problem. Listen, with them Latinos, with like my sister got called the N word. I'm like I said, listen, I was right there with her. Call them people.
Yeah, if you're being anti-black and one of them end up calling them peoples on you, then I'm not. I like it sucks.
It's just consequences to actions. I'm
like, I had no problem. Like I said, listen.
It's literally just consequences to
actions. Yeah, exactly. Don't.
I'm like, cause I told her she can call you in there, and guess what? You gonna be a nigga with a social security number. Let's clock that.
Exactly.
When they come over there.
Exactly. I don't fuck with ICE at all. But it's like just like how Stone said, it's consequences. You feel me? Like, a lot of people are not gonna stand for that shit. I'm not gonna call ICE on you. I'll just probably punch you in the face. But like a lot of people are just gonna call the peoples on you, and
pretty quick too. The people's also crash into people. So
250 of them are former IDF Israeli Defense Force soldiers that work for ICE out of Chicago office.
Yeah, and that's another problem.
I'm not. If we want to talk about Israel, I can get real in depth because I have education on the Torah and the Talmud, and we can get into the religion too because they're supremacist.
Yeah, because I've actually heard from that too. I heard that Zionism is actually it goes against the Jewish religion because they're not supposed to have a country until.
Here's the thing. So Zionism goes against the Jewish religion, but even the Jewish religion itself has a little bit of some supremacist issues, and it's not the fault of Jewish people, but the rabbis that have sort of created those texts over time.
Okay, so, I got you.
There's a word called goyim. Right? Mm-hmm. And the word goyim is mentioned many times in the Talmud and in the Torah, and essentially means non-Jew. And the way they treat the word goyim is the goyim is a cattle for the Jew. So essentially, the rest of the world is seen as a cattle to the chosen person.
Now, Stone, I have a question for you.
I have a big problem with their religion because when they deny, they talk about Zionism. Zionism is already bad. Then we can get even into the nitty gritty of their religion, and it's still supremacist. Like the fact that they believe they're a chosen people is supremacist. That is supremacy. That is like Japanese level supremacy. It's bad.
Supremacist ideology is something I've always had an issue with. Go ahead, Kay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, because because you say you're very educated on this, so I actually have a question because I have noticed, and Vosi, you can actually you're aware of this because we've actually seen this on our own live, where we have non-black, specifically white Jewish people that will come up here. Not saying this is the bash, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not being anti-Semitic, but. That have come up here, and I'm like, for example, remember that time, just to bring this before I go into the question. So, Volsi, do you remember the time when we were having a conversation around reparations, and that white Jewish lady came up here and said that she was against reparations, and when I clocked her for her anti-blackness and her racism, she then went on to, to talk about how her family went through the Holocaust. Do you remember that?
Yeah, by the way, people, for the longest time on the media, and even if you search it up, what was the worst genocide in Europe, what will come up is the Holocaust, which is simply not true. The Bolshevik Revolution was far worse. The Bolshevik Revolution was 50 million Christians. So when they say it was the worst genocide, it's just simply not true.
Yeah. I
agree with you.
Sorry.
Geocide. Yeah. Now, the question I have specifically is how does the Jewish Torah and text talk about people of African descent and black
so
people?
They talk about everybody who isn't Jewish as a bad thing. So
it's not specific.
No, it's not specific. It's literally anybody who is a non-Jew is a subhuman. That's how they see it.
Oh wow!
It's in their text, and we can bring up passages and stuff like that. But I'm not on my PC right now, so
that's not something I can really. I don't know.
I
do know that we have several rabbis and stuff within the community.
Man, oh man, it gets really deep, man. The rabbit hole gets like deeper and deeper.
But anyways, now the progression is because I've actually have experienced a lot of anti-blackness from certain from certain like white and non-black Jewish people. So that's why I wanted to ask that question.
Also, by the way,
because I have noticed
all the slave ships were brought by Jewish people here. Just so you know, that's a fact.
That is something I've heard. That is something I've heard, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Columbus is
true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, Christopher Columbus was a Semite, and it's literally like you can go. There's good information. There's books. There's a lot of research on it, and
I want to know if it's true.
Yeah. So these are things that I have heard. Yeah, these are things I have heard before, but I'm not sure if it's true or if it's coming from like anti-Semitic people.
The reason Christopher, they say, that's another thing. Like, so the whole anti-Semitism thing is a very misunderstood thing too. So I'm not anti-Semitism. I'm anti-Judaism. So that's the thing. So,
like the religion.
I'm against the religion and the people who lead their society.
Are you anti-theist? Would you consider yourself anti-theist?
No, I don't have a problem with religion. It's just like I have an issue with their specific religion because it's supremacist. Like it's Goyim. The word Goyim should not exist.
Well, I feel the same way about Christianity.
Yeah, I feel something about Christianity. To tell you the truth. Yeah, because it's the Christianity seems to be a supremacist thing, but it's not the religion like this.
Man, not like Judaism. Not like Judaism. Trust me.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, but like that's where Christianity gets it from. You see what I'm saying? But like, this is not the life for it. This is not the life for it. This is another type of life.
Yeah. And I was also gonna mention regarding the Christopher Columbus thing. You can actually search it up. Christopher Columbus was being persecuted in Portugal, which is why he was actually leaving to the Americas to begin with. And so,
he didn't even realize he was coming to America. He thought he came to India, which is why Native Americans were initially called Indians because he thought he was in India.
Yeah, it really you guys I really suggest you guys do some research on it. It is
which is why I'm like,
you're gonna go down a crazy rabbit hole on this.
Why was I on Godless Reggie's live the other night? I don't know if you know who that is, but he's an atheist as well. Why was I on his live the other night and a girl came up here trying to argue that the Moors, something about the Moors and Columbus and stuff like that, and it was just like, ma'am, how could the Moors have anything to do with Columbus and helping him to come over here?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, what, literally? Columbus thought he was in India when he came to the
yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, everybody pause real quick. I appreciate y'all. All right, so Trill, I know you are friendly. I'm gonna talk to the person who calls himself TikTok Systems Notifications. All right, so notifications. All right, you there?
I'm about to leave. Could I just say one more thing before I leave?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when I mention these things about Jewish people, again, it's not attacking Jewish people like the population. I'm attacking the rabbis who lead their population, who are like high-ranking people in their population, and I also have a problem with the people who have formed their religion, not them personally, not their ethnicity, and not who they are.
Okay, I got you.
Anyways, I got you. You guys have a good day.
I appreciate you, Stone.
Oh, you too, Stone. I followed you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So, notifications, how's it going? Are you at least 18? And did you want to talk about what I have on the board?
Yeah, I am 24 years old, and I really wanted to say, don't become conservative. They are for the white team, man. They are not here for the people. And
all right, I appreciate
so
you.
You're friendly.
Yeah, you are friendly. You're friendly. I know Trill is a friendly as well, and Ham's a friendly. All right, y'all. Right now we got all friendlies up here. Keep liking the live and keep sharing it. Let's try to get more people in here.
By the way, hey Trill, what's good?
What's happening?
What's going on, Trill?
Listen. I'm like when I was on. Listen, this is just the Holy Trinity here. Because when I was on Clubhouse, it was me, you, and Trill always in a room.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was always us.
Except when I was going in on degenerate ass. That's a whole other conversation. I used to like. Oh God, I used to crash out on TikTok. I used to crash out on Clubhouse.
Clubhouse was a time, boy. It was a time.
Ooh, the pandemic was a time, honey.
I don't even know what Clubhouse is.
Oh, that's a.
You don't want to.
Yeah. That's an app that you would like to stay away from because a lot of people got radicalized on that damn thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, and they sure did, and I'm like, let me tell you something. One of the things I will say will always be iconic is trolling Christians for Easter. That will always be iconic.
Oh yeah. When you said that Jesus was a bottom, oh boy, they did not like that.
Take it. Not only did I say he was a bottom, I said he was a bottom for the 12 wise men, and on the Last Supper they ate from his.
Boy, they was not
Literally
happy.
thinking about. Listen, I took from their Bible and said that you know how they said to eat from his flesh. I took that literally.
They ate his flesh, alright. They ate his flesh.
So whenever Jesus finally does get arrested and all that, and he's in that little area with the young man who was down in his skivvies, what was going on there?
What was going on there? Yeah, exactly.
Come on now, Jesus. What are you doing with the guy in his little skivvies there? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. What was going on there? I don't know, Jesus. Like, what was happening? You know, he was with a man in and they said the boy even ran out. You know what I mean? Like he was alone with them.
And they grabbed at him and they ripped off his little skivvies he was wearing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. Like that seems weird, Jesus. What was going on? You know, he was a teenage boy.
When I tell
you see what happened was Chris Hansen showed up and was like, Jesus, can you please take a seat?
when I tell you, no, Vosi will tell you, I had Christians crashing out room after room for over a week after that.
Dog, they were so upset.
I'm like, when I tell you, I think it was for 24 hours straight to a week. They was crashing out.
Boy, when I say remix room after remix room, they jumped on a part 2. Yeah, I mean, oh my God, it was bad. It was bad.
When I tell you, I had them crashing out. It was hilarious. I got listen. I didn't even realize it until Vosi had told me about it. Like he yo, they crashing out. I'm like, and I started dying, straight up dying, laughing because I had accomplished my goal to trigger Christians on Easter.
Yep, because there was room after room, boy.
How dare you say something bad about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
Listen, when I tell you, and what really got them was when I said Jesus brought his fleet to Easter dinner.
Boy.
That really got it.
Boy, let me tell you, these folks was not happy, boy. But Clubhouse was a time. It really was. It still exists, as a matter of fact. I'm surprised it's still there, but it still exists. But Clubhouse was a time, boy. It was because the folks was not happy. But y'all keep liking it and keep liking it live, y'all. Because one
thing about it, and I was freshly deconstructed, so I stayed getting into Christians' asses. It brought listen. You know how they like to talk about the angry atheists when they first get. Look, no, I was that. I wanted all the smoke, all of it.
Yeah, I already know.
Okay.
I already know.
Just walk into a Christian area and drop the bomb of Jesus was a cult leader, and then walk out.
I did. Oh my God! I think that actually might be worse than Jesus was a part. They might probably like.
Oh yeah, because there are people who make lives like that here, right? You know, Jesus was a cult leader and shit like that. I know. What's his name? Justin, Deconstruction Zone. He always says that Jesus was a liar and a fraud.
Oh my God! Did he?
Yeah, he did. Justin made that.
God, I know that.
Jesus
did they crash out?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they be crashing out every time they come to his live. They crash out. They were like, what about, Isaiah 53? And then he has to read through Isaiah and say, hey, this is not a prophecy. This is just...
Yeah. The funniest thing is if you go all the way to Isaiah 49, in there, it talks about how Jacob, Israel, is the servant. And then you get to the bottom half or the bottom paragraph of 52, and then get into 53, where it talks about the suffering servant. And it's like... the connection right there, and they're like, no, that's not a connection. And you're like, wait, so you're telling me, I'll grant you, let's just say, for shits and giggles, that all of Isaiah brings up the servant in some way, shape, or form. And you're telling me that through 55 chapters, it's talking about the servant being Israel or Jacob or whatever, and then out of nowhere, for a single chapter, it goes and talks about about Jesus. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, complete nonsense. I pointed this out. Now I'm not as well versed. I'm not as well versed on it as like someone like Justin or Christ Before Jesus. But like I've pointed this out before. I was like, hey, all of these chapters are about Israel personified, but something 53 is going to be about Jesus. That makes no sense.
Not to mention that whenever you read 53, it's speaking in past tense. Yeah. Why would Isaiah, which the most Christian scholars say was written 500 years before Jesus even existed, why would they be talking about in past language and not future tense language?
Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't they say that this will happen, this is going to happen? It's always, this did happen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's fun.
Now, I'm like, oh my God. No, I'm like, Ivy, I saw your comment. What did you mean when you say, I wish I could have seen that?
I think it's talking about Clubhouse.
Talked about a few.
Yeah, the Clubhouse crash out.
Oh my God. Clubhouse. Oh my God. Girl, listen. I'm like, when I tell you them crash outs on Clubhouse were let me tell you something. I'm like, no, my crash outs were valid. They were valid, but these other bitches, let me tell you something. When I tell you they could, now Volsi could tell you, mine were valid.
Oh yeah.
Mine
valid.
Absolutely were valid.
Very valid crash outs. Oh yeah, because I remember what some of those folks were saying. So those are very valid crash outs.
When I tell you mine were valid, they absolutely were, and I stand by every single one of them I ever had. I'm like, and I said some vile shit to get back at these, and I stand by everything I said, everything. Not one thing. I take nothing back. Nothing.
Encouraging her to crash out. No, some of those things wasn't necessary. You know that.
I know. I stand by everything I ever said. I can't for people, mamas and everything. I probably call someone mama a bald-headed ass bitch. Not stand by that comment.
Yeah. The thing is I would have instantly I've been like, hey, KK, you ain't gonna let that slide, are you? You ain't gonna let that slide.
You would have been an instigator for real. You would have been an instigator.
I'd be like, look, if it were me, I wouldn't let it slide. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, let me tell you something. Like, Trill trying to act like mine were valid. He's like, see, you trying to get no, Trill, don't even. Anytime I never crashed out for no reason. Never no reason. I never crashed out on you or on Volsi.
Yeah, you never crashed out. Now I've crashed out a few times, but you got to get at me first. That's when I crash out. But you got to go after me first, and then I'll crash out.
I think I've only seen you semi crash out, and it was when that woman came up on here one time, and I had to that kind of massage came out a little bit. I'm like, ooh, Volsi, that's a little bit. That was a little bit, but he's like, okay, valid.
Valid, but I had to bring it back in. I had to control myself, I had to bring it back in.
Because even I felt a little hit. I'm like, ooh.
To shut the F up, we were like, oh, shit.
I barely cuss people out. But...
it was the way he did it. Like, it was so crazy. No, like, I was like, ooh, my God.
Yeah,
I felt a little hit by that.
I know. But, all right. What we at? We at 13K.
But I'm like, but Trill, don't even lie. My crash outs were absolutely valid. They were.
Working on my gaslighting, okay? Become the top male.
Hey, y'all, where's the ops, y'all? We've been talking
I went off on everyone. So I'm like, male-centered women, bitch-ass niggas, especially bitch-ass niggas. White people.
We went after everybody. All right, hey y'all,
especially that time I went after that. I'm like that Ku Klux. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't say that word. But King K, I can't
triple
say that.
Kilo.
The triple kilo, yeah, triple kilo. I remember that
triple kilo ass bitch. That was January. But that was that January. I don't know if I can say that word, but was there, and I'm like coming for people and thinking because she sat on a black. I'm like that she was gonna be able to come for black women. I drank that scallywag by her non-existent edges with that fur, that animal fur that she calls hair. You fucking stupid ass bitch.
I still remember that.
Infested bitch.
I still remember that photo. I still remember the photo that she had. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know she is. All right, y'all, where are the ops? We have been here all this time. We're at 13,000 likes. Y'all did get me to my like goal. I appreciate it.
The fact that you knew exactly who I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember her.
Welcome to the Volsi chat, where we are trying to discuss.
You know what's funny? Like, she actually came on TikTok one time, and she heard my name because my sister was talking about me. And she like, are you talking about that bitch from Clubhouse? And she like, yeah, like, oh, what's good? And she like, you stupid, your stupid ass sister. She like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, and went off on her. The next thing you know, she calling me, talking about some mind you, I had completely forgotten about this bitch. That's how irrelevant she was in my mind. And she coming on TikTok like 4 years later, talking about how stupid a bitch I was, because the stupid black bitch with the box braids, because I went off on her ass on Clubhouse, and I stand on it, bitch. You racist ass bitch, and I stand on it.
Wow, I even know she got here on Clubhouse too. All right, let's try to get some more ops in the building, y'all. I know people are sliding in, and let's see who disagrees, y'all. Oh yeah, Ivy says they're probably over in the Bible Guys live. They may be, because you know what I mean. Like the thing is, I try to switch it up every week. I do politics one week, religion another week, and see what we got. So this whole week, for all the way up until next Friday, I'll be doing politics, and maybe I should switch up my background. Let's see if I get more guests. If I switch the background up and see what we can do, because trying to get some ops, and we just been sitting here chilling, reminiscing.
MAF says he's the ops.
What you mean you the ops?
No, MAF.
No, Moff.
Oh, I'm about to invite you since you the ops. Like, cause listen.
No, Moff not really the ops. Me and Moff had like an hour and a half conversation today. He calls himself a conservative, but he agrees with a lot of stuff that I say. So it's like
Maceo yesterday.
Yeah, like Maceo yesterday. It was like that kind of gave me a headache.
Oh my God! I'm like, anytime I hear that name, I think of that guy from Clubhouse that I could not stand. That
that was him. I know. I thought his voice.
Wait, what?
It might be him.
That was him.
Oh my God! I'm so glad I wasn't here yesterday.
I didn't even know you had a issue with somebody named Maceo. I had no clue.
Maceo is such a fucking weirdo. Listen, let me stop. I am not trying to bring old Clubhouse beef.
He was in another room after your room. I went to that girl Lisa.
Oh, okay.
See on TikTok. I went to her. I keep on room. I mean, chat.
Please tell me, like, Maceo from Clubhouse was on fucking.
It might be him. I don't want to say definitively, but like he said, he was like conservative. But then when we asked him,
the one from Black Clubhouse. The one that was always in the Black progressive with them weird ass hoes, I end up beefing with at the end. I'm like, Benemy. I call her Benemy, Zimmy Monster, and that weird ass bitch Asia, and I'm like, and Corey L. Scott can kiss my ass too to this day.
I know about Asia. That's the one that I know about. I know about Asia, man.
That whole crew got me fucked up.
Whole crew.
There are 4 of us up here, and we're trying to have you out there, out of the 15 people here, to give us a good reason to be conservative. And if you think you can do that, request on up so that way we can talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got 15 people here. We just got to keep liking it to make sure that it gets out to more people. And if it doesn't happen, probably within the next, I would say, 5 minutes, we don't get another guest, I'll just go ahead and refresh, and then we'll go ahead and keep it going. You know, I mean, that's usually what needs to happen.
For those that when I come up, I'm like, I'm not a liberal, I'm not even a leftist, I'm a centrist, and I consider myself 50-50 on a lot of, and everything outside the anti-blackness and some of the other shit. Everything else, like, I'm kind of like, some of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But personally, I don't like the centrist label though, because I feel like it's limiting your.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's the only language I have for. I guess I would be considered a conservative liberal. I don't know what the fuck I consider.
Because a lot of times I don't even know what people mean by conservative. Because like we were talking on Macy yesterday, some of the things he was saying wasn't even concerted. It was just general policy. It's just policy that you do. And he was like, no, like because it's a conservative idea, even if a liberal or leftist does it, it's still conservative. I'm like, even if that's the case, I'm trying to say it's just a policy. It just happens to be a good policy that.
Well, I'm like, well, to be fair, I'm like policies and the parties that push them. There are certain ideas and ideologies that line with certain lines. Like, for example, because of the things I see now, like as far as I'm like, I am slightly pro limited government, slightly, not all the way.
Well, wait,
Slightly.
that doesn't even mean anything, though. No one's ever questioned that. When someone says small, limited government, I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean anything because everyone doesn't want some outside entity interfering in their life if they don't need to, right? That's not a uniquely conservative thing. It's not.
The thing is conservatives don't even follow that because the thing is that they want the government to still interfere in people's lives, but only in the areas that they want them to. So, for instance,
no, I agree, which is why it's crazy that the ideology typically is on that side. When, quite frankly, I see them always trying to push. Like, for example, with the Roe versus Wade situation, that wasn't interference. That absolutely wasn't. That was interference. Quite frankly, and it's so funny to me. And that's why I always bring it up in Christian lives when they try to be like, oh well, Christianity is not in the no, it absolutely is because because I bring up Roe versus Wade being overturned as an example of that. That's not based in anything medical or scientific. That has absolutely everything to do religious idea. Because if you ask anyone why they support it, they're gonna bring up God.
They're gonna bring up God, exactly. And the thing is, like, I actually was doing a little bit of research on this, and I was like, because something didn't seem right about what he was saying, Trill. And I'm like, when it comes to political science in America, left and right are decided by policy outcomes. If your policy outcomes redistributes wealth, expands the welfare state, et cetera, those are left-wing positions. To say that they're conservative simply because they involve institutions, that makes no sense. Anything involving an institution doesn't literally make it conservative. It's what you do with those institutions that makes it progressive or leftist or conservative. Because all societies have institutions. So to define it that way, that's why I just couldn't think of it at the moment. But when I talk to him again, that's how I'll explain it. But go ahead. What you was gonna say, Hammy?
Yeah, but Maceo, but regardless, Maceo, if you hear this, I still can't stand you from Clubhouse, bitch. And Volsey and them, maybe, but I ain't forgot the shit you did on Clubhouse, especially around some of my homegirls. Yeah, I still don't fuck with you, bitch. I ain't forgot.
Yeah, I know there was a whole lore
like
here.
you.
I didn't even know there was a lore
I
here.
don't like you.
Go ahead, Hammy. What you were saying?
I think you pretended to support certain girls that I know, and yeah, you showed your. So I'm like, yeah, I don't like Maceo from Clubhouse. He got me fucked up. And if he come up on here, I'm gonna tell him that I'm not gonna kick him out just because. But I'm damn sure have an inkling to, because I don't like you, bitch. But I can't do that because that's not how we run things here.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a whole lore there. But yeah, Hammy wanted to say something previously. What you were saying, Hammy?
Oh, KK had ended up finishing it, basically.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, y'all. I think I may hit a quick reset in order to refresh the live and get more people in here. Let me go ahead and do that now.
Wait, are you on your phone tonight?
I'm on my phone, yeah, exactly. Because being on my computer, I get no guests at all. You know what I'm saying? So
no, that's what I was saying. Are you on your phone? Because that was something that you were experiencing. Like, because you said, like, if you go on your phone and then go on your computer after being on your phone for a little bit, it kind of like tends to like pick back up. So do you want to try going on your computer and then seeing if it picks back up and then just not going to your phone, or no? Do you want to test that another day?
I'm just at another day. I'm gonna go on my phone for like the next week, and then once it picks all the way back up, then I'm gonna use my computer to get the guests.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know how you were going to do that. Okay, that worked.
Yeah, all right, guys. I'm gonna be right back. All right, give me a few minutes. Ew. And we is back. All right, and we is back. There we go. All right, y'all. We is back. We is back on it. I just got to go ahead and get my live up. And boom. All right, y'all. We is back to talk about it, y'all. Boom. All right, y'all. We back to talk about it. What's going on, y'all? Start liking the live and start sharing. Start liking the live and start sharing. We're going to go ahead and talk about the subject I have on the board. If you disagree with something I have on the board, go ahead and hit that request button and we can have that discussion. I appreciate everybody who is slipping in and being here. Let's start liking the live and start sharing. Start liking the live and start sharing. All right, what's going on, y'all? I see people slowly slipping in. I'm going to start taking guests in a bit. Start liking the live and start sharing. Start liking the live and start sharing. What up, K? I'm going to bring you up in a bit, K, all right? So let's go ahead and start liking the live first. Make sure we can get some people up here. Let's get us to a few hundred likes. Make sure we can get some folks up. Make sure we could get some folks up. We could get some debates up. And then we could start having that discussion, y'all. Yeah, let's get us to 1K. Let's go ahead and get it to that 1,000. Let's get us to 1K. Let's get us to that 1,000. We could go ahead and start getting people up once we get to that 1,000. If you disagree with what I have on the board, go ahead and come on up so we can talk about it. Got to be at least 18. Each guest gets about 15 minutes to talk. Each guest gets about 15 minutes to have that conversation. It is pinned over on the YouTube side. It is pinned over on the YouTube side if you would like to talk. Let's go ahead and get those likes up. Y'all tap that screen. I see people joining in. I see folks joining in. If you disagree with what I have on the board, if you are sliding in and you disagree with what I have on the board, go ahead and hit that request button, hit that guest button, and we can definitely have that conversation, definitely talk about it. I do see people coming in slowly but surely. I definitely appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that guest button and let me know what you got to say. There are reasons why I think that leftist policies are better for society. And if you disagree that leftist policies are not good for society, let me know which one you think is not good for society and why. Go ahead and share this out. All right, went ahead and shared that out. All right. All right, y'all. We're just going to go ahead and give it a few minutes, wait for some people to come in. We'll see how many folks come in, if this gets pushed to the FYP. Let's definitely get this pushed out. And let me know what y'all think. Appreciate that, Kay. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and get this pushed out, y'all. Let's make sure that we can get this into the FYP. I do see some folks joining. And, all right. Let's talk to Hadrick. Hadrick, is that how we say your name? Hold on, give me a second. That's not the one I want. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, can you say your name one more time, please?
Hydrich.
Hydrich. All right, Hydrich, how's it going? Are you at least 18, and do you disagree with what I have on the board?
Yeah, I'm 20. And yes.
All right, great. Why is that?
I'm not a Trump supporter, though, by the way, just to clarify.
Cool. All right, why is that? Why do you disagree with what I have on the board?
Because I believe that both sides don't serve America's interest.
Okay. When you say both sides, are you talking about the Democrats?
Yeah. I mean, even people that are considered on the left, which Democrats would be considered left wing.
Democrats are that depends on what you consider left wing because Democrats in the United States, I definitely don't believe are left wing.
Would you consider AOC left wing?
Just a bit.
Okay. What about Omar?
Omar Ilan. Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, my main concern is that unanimously throughout our Congress, it seems that both sides unanimously agree to continuously send money to Israel.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you.
And we seem to not have an issue with AIPAC not having to register as a foreign lobby.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
Right.
I'm 100%. So when it comes, that's why, like when you brought up AOC and Ilhan Omar, that's why I'm kind of like there with them because AIPAC. Well, at least with AOC, I'm not sure about Ilhan Omar.
I don't know how she is either. I would assume the same way just because she's a mainstream politician. Most mainstream politicians do accept money from
AIPAC.
the American Israeli PAC. But on top of that, I can't agree with the left socially either. Like I am considered like right wing, but not Trump supporter right wing.
Okay, cool. When it comes socially, what's wrong with the left socially, would you say?
The idea of transgender ideology.
Transgender ideology? So you don't believe that transgender is an actual disposition in human society?
I do not believe that somebody who was born biologically male but claims to be female is truly female.
Yeah, sure. But they're not claiming to be female.
Well, if they're transitioning, they're claiming to be something they're not. For instance, a great example of this actually just a couple of days ago, we had the Women's World Powerlifting a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and someone else like got the because they got
she identified,
but
he identified as a woman.
Identified as a woman. Yeah, I understand that. But when it comes to being transgender and transgenderism, they're not claiming to be female. They're saying that they're women because their minds are, well, I won't say their minds, but their brains, like neurologically, they're just kind of built that way, right?
That's what
the thing
saying,
is. Yeah, and the thing is, we see evidence of that when we actually do. We have a limited amount of evidence. I will tell you that. Yes, there's a limited amount of evidence. I'll give you that. But for the evidence that we do have, transgenderism is an actual thing. It's not something that it's an idea that people have. It's not like me being a leftist. Like, for example, I can change my mind on being a leftist tomorrow, right? Transgender people can't do that.
Well, I mean, we have people who have done that.
What do you mean?
There's people who have reverted from being transgender.
Just like there are people who've reverted from being gay. We don't think that's an ideology, is that?
They can choose however they choose to live.
You can choose however you choose to live, but that doesn't mean that changes who you are internally.
Right, but biologically speaking, there's nothing that makes you, like, there's no such thing as a gay gene. Like,
there's no such thing as a gay gene, but gay people do exist, right? It's not an idea that they have, they're just gay.
But what they become is influences when they're older. Like for instance, when they say they're born this way, there's nothing that genetically makes them that way. There's nothing that genetically says I am this.
Right. There's no gay gene. Like there's not a black gene. Am I black?
Of course.
Right. Well, exactly. I mean, but it's not a black gene.
Well, right. But you have a genetic structure that increases melanin output in your body.
Right. But and so do you.
Precisely. But
right. Exactly. But obviously you're not. The difference is
genetically, you produce more melanin in your skin than a white person does.
Yeah,
but genetically speaking, a transgender person isn't just transgender because of their genetics.
Right. It's not. Because it's a neurochemical thing. It's not just genes. It's more complicated than that.
Well, that would be genetic. If there's a neurosis going on when they're born or prior to they're born or something within their family ancestry, whatever, that would be genetic then.
Which is what we see.
But
we see,
but we don't
as
see
far
this
as we
until
see
later on.
Right, but as far as we see when it comes to people being transgender, we see that it's more of a neurochemical thing than just they just have an idea. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it is.
Right, but most neurochemical things are also attained. They're not birthed. So, like for a good example is Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is not a genetic thing at all. You gain it neurologically.
Yeah, Alzheimer's is diabetes.
Right, and statins also contribute to Alzheimer's, but it's a neurological thing that alters chemicals in your brain. Same thing with electronics. Same thing with pornography. Even alters the chemicals in your brain.
Right,
same
right.
Thing
all
with
that
certain things you consume.
Right, all that can happen. Right, all that.
None of it's passed down.
Understood. All that can happen, but when it comes to being transgender, we don't see that happening. Like that's something that they gain, right? This is something that just happens.
But we don't see the desire to transition until teenagers or even adults.
Right, because that's when they get the incongruence. But people, like when people like, for example, this has been studied before, right? Folks understand what gender is, but the difference between boys and girls by the time they're about 8 years old. Like they completely understand it. So if you have an 8-year-old who was born male saying that he's a girl, or an 8-year-old who was born female saying that they're a boy, obviously that's not something that they just got from the environment or some idea.
Well, when I was 8 years old, I wanted certain tattoos on my body, but being an adult, I don't want those things anymore.
Right, but like a tattoo and being a completely different gender from what you were born with, those are not the same thing, are they?
Well, it's still the idea of decision making.
But they're not making a decision to be a girl. That's not the decision that they're not. Like you don't choose.
Well, you have to come to the conclusion at some
Are you saying
point,
that you're choosing to? Are you saying that? Yeah, of course it's going to come to a point where they would like to transition, right? But like there are different ways to transition. You can socially transition without physically transitioning.
Well, essentially well, if you were to socially transition, that would mean I just identify a certain way. I'm not going to change my appearance.
Right. No, they're going to change their appearance because that's what they're going to change their appearance because that's what they live comfortably as, right? They're going to change their name, go by certain pronouns, wear certain things, like live as what we determined to women to live as, which is what we've been doing like all of human society. That's always been a thing.
Right, but when it comes down to like things like brain chemicals, for instance, do you know who Magnus Hirschfeld is?
The what?
Magnus Hirschfeld.
I'm not doing what that is.
He performed the first transgender surgery in Berlin.
Okay.
In 1929. The person that he performed it on was the person who was getting the surgery, right? But we didn't have anything back then to actually tell about brain chemical structure. There's nothing to examine on the fact that, he has different brain chemical structure. But even today, we don't have definitive proof their brain chemical structure is different, except for, whether that's just the way it is.
No, we actually
concrete evidence.
There actually is some evidence of it, but the evidence is very, very limited because there's not a lot of gay people. There's not a lot of transgender people, are there? So and we're just studying it now. And not only that, the information that we did have, the people who followed the mustache man destroyed it. This disposition of transgender has been studied for over 100 years. But the mustache man destroyed all that information, so we're just getting it back now. But
that was destroyed because those same people were also running child brothels.
One second, let a trans person educate you. What's up, Volsi?
Hey, how's it going, Kate? But yeah, Kate is transgender, so she can educate me. She can discuss this more than I can. But go ahead, Kate.
And from a psychological point of view, we know we have quite a bit of evidence, and we have quite a bit of research that backs up understanding trans people, understanding the brains of trans people. Volsi was absolutely right. When we look at the brain of a trans woman, it matches very closely to identical of that of a cis female, as we call it in the medical field. And same thing for trans men. It matches that very congruently to the cis man. To the guests, I want you to take a word out of your vocabulary. Transgenderism. Take that out of your vocabulary. That's not a thing. And just by the way that you're talking, it kind of shows that this is a topic that you don't know very much about. Trans people are not choosing to be trans. They're choosing to accept it. And we also see children, adolescents, identify as being trans. Mommy, daddy, I don't feel like a boy. I'm not a boy. I am not a boy. I am a girl. And so on and so forth. We see this all the time in psychology. You keep using the word choose. And then you brought up homosexuality. And you're using the word choose.
Which is a choice.
So then I would have to ask you, are you choosing to be straight?
100%
It's
I am.
the only way that you are choosing to be straight if you also have an attraction to men.
No, I'm choosing to be straight. 100% is all a choice.
Yeah, because you have an attraction to men as well.
How are you doing that? How are you doing that? Like, how are you choosing to be straight? Yeah, how?
Well, let's see. Number one, I know the historical significance of the choice. That's number one. The anthropology of the choice, and number three, the sociological choice of it. Those are the exact three reasons.
You don't have to try to bring in philosophy.
I'm sorry, Kate. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, Kate.
Yeah,
Give me
go
1
ahead.
second.
Go ahead.
All right. So, Hydrick, you didn't actually answer the question. When I asked you how are you doing it, you said that you understand the sociology, anthropology, etc. That doesn't answer the question. How are you choosing? Like, for example, when I woke up to be on this live, right?
I just told you.
Hold on, Hydrick.
I like the anthropology.
Hold on, Hydrick, be quiet. Before I got on this live, I had a brown shirt. I said, a brown shirt wouldn't fit in with my background. Let me go ahead and change this shirt and put on a black one. That's how I chose. Now, how did you choose to be straight?
Because I like the sociological and the anthropology of the idea of being straight. I like it. That is my preference.
Oh, okay. So
that is my choice. I choose to it because of those reasons.
Right. So you like the anthropology of straightness. What is the anthropology of straightness?
Culturally, straightness has been the status quo.
So you like the status quo.
And
all right. So when you were 12 years old, you woke up one day and said, I like the anthropology of being with girls.
These aren't things I was thinking about at 12 years old.
Exactly. So did you know you liked girls at 12?
No, once again, these aren't things I was thinking about.
Did you know you liked girls at 12?
Yeah.
We don't think about this kind of shit when we're 12 years old.
Because I was influenced by my parents.
Stop. Everyone knows who they like at 12. Ain't no way you 12, 13, you don't know if you like girls or boys.
Most people are influenced by their parents, which then leads into a choice of what I like.
When you were 13, you didn't like girls?
I did, because I knew this from my parents.
So you didn't choose to like those girls, did you? You woke up and you liked them.
I did.
But you just said that you weren't talking about anthropology at 13 and 12. You just liked girls.
True. I grew up to no, wait.
Right. So if you weren't thinking about anthropology at 12 and 13, you just liked girls, then you didn't choose anything.
No, I had a reason why I liked girls and a choosing for it.
So how do you explain
my parents?
Your parents? So how do you explain? So how do you explain people who are 12 and 13 who have straight parents and are still gay?
Being influenced by something outside. That's how I explain it. Or something is wrong with them.
Hey, my guy. Let me just point
or something is wrong with them. Be very clear about that.
Hold on. Hydrick. My family is from Haiti, right? Haiti is a very homophobic country. It's not illegal to be gay over there, but it might as well be because people would treat you very harshly over there. So their society and their family is not going to accept it. And people are still gay in Haiti. So if it was about, being influenced from outside or influenced from the parents, how would you explain a society that does not accept it, but people are still that way? How would you explain
You're still influenced by it even in Haiti. Because you grew up with such a staunch hatred of it.
That makes no fucking sense, my guy.
No, hold on. Because you said that they can't be influenced by it, but when you're constantly growing up with a staunch hatred of it and your parents are very staunchly against it, you still know the concept of it, and it can sound appeasing to you, even if the people around you hate it.
No, it's not. No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Now you're just making. You're making shit. No, the hell it's not. No, the hell it's not.
Have a real conversation.
No, the hell it's not. No, the hell it's not.
Have a real conversation.
Adrian, no, the hell it's not. No, it's not, bro. No, it's not. That makes no sense. We're having a real conversation. Pause. We're having a real conversation. What you said make pause.
You're just being.
No, the hell you're not. No, the hell. I can cuss.
You sound ignorant.
I can cuss I can cuss whenever the fuck I want. If you don't like the way that I cuss, you can get the fuck off my live because it's not your fucking life. You can get the fuck off my live if you don't like the way that I cuss.
Dude, you're a bitch.
Hey, bitch ass nigga. You can and you can suck my dick. So if you do, I know. We knew it was coming. We knew that was coming.
You're acting like
we knew that was coming, Cracker. You can suck my dick. So, Peyton, how's it going, Peyton?
Yeah,
are you at least 18? And do you disagree with what I have on the board?
Are we talking about American leftist policies, or what are we talking about?
We're talking American.
American, then yeah, I have a lot to talk about.
All right, cool. So, The leftist policies that I think will be better for society are things like universal health care, guaranteed housing, universal education, parental leave, robust public transportation. Yes, robust public transportation, things like that. Why do you think those? Why do you think those will be bad for society?
1 second, Volsi. When the host is talking, don't speak over him. You all are going to be able.
When the host is speaking, like he's some kind of goddess.
Hey, Peyton. Hey, Peyton.
Liberals.
Hey, Ghost. Listen. We're going to go one by one. It's not your turn yet. We learned this in middle school, y'all. We learned this in elementary school. If it's not your turn, you do not speak. So the conversation is with Peyton. If Kate wants to say something, she's gonna get off the mic and say, "Hey, can I respond to that?" And if Stone wants to say something, he can say, "Hey, I'd like to respond to that."
Okay,
and if Ghost would like to say something, he would say, "Hey, I would like to respond to that." So everybody stay on mute while I talk to Peyton. So Peyton, it is your time to shine. So everything that I just brought up, why do you think that would be bad for society? Now I can repeat it if you need me to. Go ahead, Peyton, get off mute.
Well, this ain't gonna be a conversation if you can mute and unmute. That's not fair.
All right, Peyton, please don't cry. If you want me to repeat what I said,
all good.
All right, cool.
Got you.
So do you want me to repeat what I said, or are you good?
I can start answering you.
Okay, cool. So the things that I said, why do you think they'll be bad for society? Go ahead.
I do not believe in government coercion. Every single place that government has control over its people, main control of its people, it's bad places. You can go over all through history.
Okay. The policies that I brought up, how do they control you?
Taking money out of people's pockets, giving it to people that don't deserve it.
We do, but when you say give it to people who don't deserve it, what are you talking about? No one said anything about giving money to people who don't deserve it. I talked about universal health care. Hold on. All right, so universal health care. Hold on. Peyton, listen. Under universal health care, no one's getting any money. We're all just paying into a system for all of us to get health care, which means that I'll get it, you'll get it, even Elon Musk will get it. So, like, how is that getting? I don't need it. How is that? Hold on. Wait, it's not your turn, Ghost. So, Peyton, what I'm talking about when it comes to universal health care, right? All we're doing is taking what insurance already does and is an option that the government gives you. You can still have private insurance. So how are you being controlled?
Universal health care is a terrible idea. All kind of different ways.
Such as?
Way to implement that in America. There's too many damn people. It's not like Norway. It's not like Sweden. There's too many damn people. If that was to try, it would ultimately fail.
So Peyton, hold on. Pause real quick. China has more people than we do, and they have universal health care. What's the difference?
Well, have you ever been to China?
Yeah. No, I haven't been to China. No.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter. They have more people.
They're bad right now. Their average medium wage people are doing far worse than American people have ever done in 250 years of history.
That doesn't really answer my question. You said that we have too many people here, but that's kind of silly because a country that outnumbers us, they have universal health care. And what does numbers have to do with anything? Are you saying that because we're all hold on. Are you saying that if we have a system where all of us pay into it and all of us are able to access health care, we wouldn't be able to do it because of?
No, because I don't need it.
I know you don't need it. Hold on. I don't have a problem with you not needing it. That's not an issue. What I'm saying is that if we have this system, you don't have to use it. You can still get private insurance. This will just be for a system for people who either can't get it anywhere else, either because they're homeless, not working for whatever reason they're not working for, or their job simply doesn't offer it. You understand, right? Hold on, wait. You understand, right, that there are jobs that do not offer health care.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if we have a universal system, that means that I can actually get off my job's health insurance and just go with the public option and not have to pay that money to out of my paycheck, right?
But you haven't done that. You've had many years to do it.
Ghost. It's not your turn. So Peyton,
you
understand what I'm saying, right?
You can chime in too, bro.
No. He can't chime in because it's not his turn. It's your turn. You speak. These are your ideas.
Well, that's terrible. Oh.
No, it's not terrible because this is your turn. It's your turn to speak.
I am whatsoever. I don't want my government having anything towards in my life. And
But they already do that. So
Can I ask a question, Volsi? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Kate can ask a question.
Peyton, are you underneath your parents' health insurance, or do you have your own health insurance right now?
I'm underneath my parents right now.
Absolutely. And the reason why you want someone else to join, and I knew that, the reason why you want someone else to join in on this conversation is because you have zero idea what you're actually saying.
No, I have 100% what I'm talking about.
1 second, sir. 1 second. You have no idea.
Okay, so how can he chime in but MMA can?
Listen, you have no idea what when it comes to the conversation.
All right. So hold on. Everybody pause. The reason why Kate can join in is because she actually asked if you can ask you a question. You don't just barge in.
Okay,
That's
I get it now.
Okay.
Can I talk?
All right. So yeah. Ghost, I know you want to have a whole discussion with me. All right. You can talk in a second, but let Kate finish what she was saying, and then I'll let you go. All right. Go ahead.
It's just interesting because I could tell this. That's why I asked the question. I could tell this by listening to what you're saying and understanding what Volsi is saying to you. And it's almost as if it is a very surface level argument that you just have repeated the exact same thing since you've been up here. I don't want the government X, Y, and Z. I don't want the government X, Y, and Z. You don't even understand why you're saying that. You're just repeating red pill nonsense that you heard from someone else that you literally have no idea what you're saying, bud. Because when you understand universal health care and how much you, your parents, and everyone that you know will benefit from that, there's no reason why any sensible person with a fully functioning frontal lobe would say no to universal health care. That is it.
Okay. Well, that was very passionate, man. I appreciate that, but I really don't care. Okay. I believe that people should have the right to work solely for themselves. If that's what they want to do, if they want to work on their boss, that's their thing. But they should be able to earn their own health care. They should be able to earn every single thing that they want in America, because this is America. Well, we don't depend on the government. We don't depend on Billy Bob and Joe. We depend on ourselves.
We should get rid of SNAP food benefits, the WIC program, Section 8.
Yes. All right.
Everybody pause.
Okay, why are you telling me to shut up? I'm answering this question.
No. I'm not telling you to shut up. I just want to respond to something that you said. You said that you believe that that everybody should earn and no one should depend on the government, right?
Yep.
Do you drive?
Yes.
You shouldn't, because you're depending on the government for the road.
Depending on the government for road? I don't care if I'm having to... Wait, that's a stupid argument.
I know. That's the logical conclusion.
Hold on,
Peyton. Don't use that on my live, please. You could get me taken down. Don't use that.
Yeah.
So number one, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Stop. So I understand it's a silly argument, Peyton, but it's a logical conclusion of what you're saying. If we can't depend on the government, hold on, listen. If we can't depend on the government, listen, Peyton. If we can't depend on the government for anything, then why do we have roads or military? We depend on the government for something, right?
There's outliers.
All right, so hold on, wait, hold on. Everybody stop.
At least
Nobody jumping. All right, so Peyton, you get that, right? We're gonna depend on the government for something. So like saying that you want to depend on government for nothing is silly when you live in a society. You're gonna depend on them for something. So what I'm talking about when it comes to universal health care is that you understand that insurance works exactly the way that universal health care will work, right? You're already paying for somebody else under your insurance. You're already doing that.
If we was to give universal health care, we would have to cut off a lot of the defense budget that we already have. And I would rather knowing that we will never, ever, it's impossible unless the world ends, nuclear bombs start flying off, that it is impossible for countries to invade us. So I would rather $500 billion go into our defense budget and knowing that we are safe from any foreign invaders.
All right, so Peyton, if we had a $500 billion budget, but we put $500 billion. If we had a $500 billion military budget, and then we put $500 billion to universal health care, would you agree with that?
No.
Why not? Our military budget is already $1 trillion. But you just said that you agree with $500 billion.
It's $500 billion.
No, our military budget is $1 trillion.
It's $1 billion.
It's $1 trillion.
Every year.
Our military budget is $1 trillion. Yeah, I know you swiped out to go look. Our military budget currently is $1 trillion.
You're arguing with a kid who has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
I know. He just keeps saying the same thing. So yeah, our military budget right now is at $1 trillion, or at least close to it. It's about 980 billion, I believe. No, we shouldn't make it $2 trillion. So, Peyton, when it comes to insurance itself,
my fault.
So Peyton, I got you, Ghost.
We spend $500 billion every year.
I got you, Ghost. Give me a second. So when it comes to universal health care, right, it will work exactly the same way insurance works right now. Under insurance, you realize you're paying for somebody else, even if it's private insurance, right? You understand that, Peyton? You understand how insurance works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you understand how insurance works, meaning that all of us are putting our money together and we put it into a risk pool. And out of that risk pool, that's how all claims are paid. So when you bring up the point of you don't want to pay for anybody else, you're already doing that under your insurance. The only difference is that I want to remove the profit motive. But you have an issue with that. Why do you have the issue with the profit motive? Or removing the profit motive, I'm sorry.
He said it would be too damn much already going. I don't want our whole America.
What do you mean it'd be too much? We're all paying into it. How would it be too much?
Your parents pay for everything. You don't pay for nothing, Peyton.
How would you know?
You just told us that your parents,
my insurance,
underneath your parents' insurance.
I'm still under it. I'm under it till I'm 27.
Exactly. So you're already doing what we're saying.
Right.
You're already doing what we're saying.
I'm a child of a man that has worked his whole life.
I don't give a damn
for that ability. No,
my guy, you're already doing what we're saying.
Because people that don't work or work just a little bit, they shouldn't have the same benefits as I and my family.
Why not? Why not?
Because they don't do well in society. They rather sit home, play their game. They don't deserve food.
But
Peyton, you're doing the same thing. You're sitting at home, eating your parents' food, using the electricity, using the water. You're in your parents' establishment that they built.
No, I'm by myself.
All right, so Payne, hold on. Because I gotta let Ghost. I gotta talk to Ghost next. All right, Stone, give me a second. I'm gonna talk to Ghost next. All right. So Peyton, listen. So you understand that most people in this society are not just sitting their asses at home. You get that, right?
There is too many people on a lot of benefits.
Hold on. Payne, listen. Just because someone is on benefits does not mean they're just sitting at home. You understand that, right?
There is a lot of them. You'd be surprised.
Peyton, I understand there's a lot of them. You realize I used to work for Florida DFACS. I get that there's a lot of people.
How would I know
just
that?
sitting. Okay, you wouldn't know that. That's fair. I'm sorry. You wouldn't know that. I used to work for Florida DFACS. I understand that there are a lot of people who are sitting at home. But the way that the system works is that you literally have to be looking for a job currently or have a job. You don't just get food stamps sitting at home unless you're disabled or something like that. Are you saying that someone with a chopped foot has to go out and they can't do shit?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hold on, wait, let me just finish. So like there are people who are disabled out there who literally cannot work. You get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you think those people shouldn't eat?
No, of course they should.
Great. All right. So when the people who we think shouldn't eat are those that just choosing to stay at home and not do anything. That they're fully bodied but they're just gonna stay at home and not do anything. Those people shouldn't eat, right?
I don't think there's 50 million people in America right now.
Those people should not eat. Correct.
Peyton, 55% of the people who receive SNAP food benefits have jobs. 55%. What are you talking about?
There's 50 million people on SNAP benefits right now.
Yeah, and 30 million of them work.
Those people have full-time jobs. They work, Peyton.
Not every single.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Not true.
Yes, it is.
How could you have a full-time job available for SNAP? What state is that?
You get a state that I know about. Pause. Everybody pause. The way that you work a full-time job and still be eligible for SNAP is if the job doesn't pay well.
And why would you choose to apply to that job?
Because you're gonna make money somehow.
So let me say this, okay?
Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on, Nick. Hold on. I'm sorry, Bink. It's actually not your turn. I got to talk to Ghost next. All right, Peyton. We've been up here for probably about 20 minutes. You have anything else? Because I got to move on to Ghost.
Nah,
You ain't said nothing worth a damn.
Yeah, I mean, you just chime in out of nowhere, bro. Shut the hell up with your gay ass.
All right. All right. Hey, Stone, I'm
worth the damn,
yeah. All right. So, Stone, I'm going to get to you. I promise. Hold on, Ghost. So, Stone, I'm going to get to you, I promise, but Ghost really wants to speak, so I'm going to get to you right after him, all right? I do apologize. All right. So, Ghost, it is your time to shine. I'm assuming that you are over 18. I think leftist policies will be better for society. Tell me why you disagree.
Yeah, I'm 36. First of all, your leftist policies, number one, whether it's good or not is irrelevant. It's never going to happen. You've had 8 years of Obama, 4 years of Biden. It's never going to happen. It's just something you guys keep floating out there to trick young people into voting for you guys. You do it all the time.
I don't. When you say voting, when you say voting for you guys, who are you talking about?
Democrats.
I'm not a Democrat.
Then who'd you vote for in the last election?
Kamala.
So you're a Democrat?
No, I'm not.
So you voted for a Democrat?
Yes, I did.
Which makes you a Democrat?
No, it doesn't.
If you voted for a Democrat, you are a Democrat.
Are there people who are independent that voted for Trump?
Then they're not really independent. They're Republicans. Once you vote for Republican, you are now a Republican.
No, you're not.
Talking about?
No, you're
yes,
not.
You are.
No, you are not. That's not how that works.
That's exactly how that
are you, bro, Ghost? Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Ghost. Before you got on this, hold on, Ghost. Hold on, Ghost. Let me ask you a question. Before you got on this live, did you take a little blue pill that elevates your mind to the stratosphere? Are you fucking high, my guy? That makes no sense at all.
I mean,
you do not have to be part of a party. You don't have to be part of a party in order to vote for that party. The reason I voted for Kamala because I felt that she would be better than Trump. It was strictly for damage control. I didn't want Trump in office. That's the only reason why I voted for her.
Borders are, and look at our borders.
So Ghost.
The single most important
Ghost, be quiet. So Ghost, be quiet for a second. All right. So the policies that I would like to see. I understand that neither Obama or Biden put them in place. I get that. I do understand that.
But they talked about it.
Right. They did talk about it. Yeah, they did talk about it.
No, it will never happen.
Yeah. So Obama did ran on it. So Obama did ran on it. Yeah, you are correct. And didn't do it. You are correct. Yes, and exactly. He could have. Exactly. You are correct. So Ghost, you are correct. He did run on those policies and did not do it.
And had supermajority.
Yes, and he didn't do it. So now what? What are we talking about now? That doesn't have to. That has nothing. So Ghost. Calm down. Take a chill pill. Bring it down a notch. All right.
Let's focus on reality.
So Ghost. Do me a favor.
Let's focus on reality.
So Ghost. Take some ginger tea. Relax. Light a candle, please.
I don't have a candle.
Light a smell good candle. Take some ginger tea and bring it down a notch. Smoke some weed if you need to, and bring it down a notch. Calm the fuck down. We are talking about policies.
Exactly.
Stop getting off of mute and wait till I'm done talking. We are talking about policies. Will the policies be better for society? For example, such as universal health care, guaranteed housing, things of that matter. Would that be good for our society? Yes or no? I'm not asking whether or not Trump or Biden or Obama or the Democrats. I'm not asking whether or not they're going to pass it or not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking if it's going to be good for society. It's not your turn. Hold on, everybody, stop.
All legal.
Listen, stop. I'm not done talking. All I'm asking you, my friend, is if we have things such as universal health care, such as guaranteed housing, etc., will that be good for society? I'm not asking if Obama passed it or not, bro. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, will it be good will it be good for society?
So, yes, if we lived in a fairy tale land, everybody had a mansion and everybody had unlimited money, could buy unlimited things, that'd be good for society, yes.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm not talking about having unlimited money or unlimited mansions. We're not talking about that. Guaranteed housing. Hold on. Let me finish. Guaranteed housing is not about giving everybody a mansion. That's not what it's about. You understand? I forgot which country it was, but it's
elaborate.
Yeah, I'm going to elaborate. Guaranteed housing means that we actually find you a place to live, and we have that. We have about 20 million homes sitting empty. Not only that, we can change our zoning laws, and if we change our change our zoning laws to allow for more multi-unit homes and more multi-unit buildings, like apartment buildings that next to houses. We can change we can buy up old hotels that are simply sitting empty. Hold on, Ghost. We can buy up old hotels that are simply sitting empty and house homeless people in those hotels. These are things that we can actually do in our society. You are right. You are correct. What's stopping us is, of course, lobbying corporate interests, and of course, our society thinks in a capitalist fashion. Where if you're not going to if you're not going. Sorry about that. So a lot of the way that a lot of our society thinks is that if you're not going to make money off of it, then it cannot be done. But it can be done. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and you are correct. Zoning laws are a local issue. But however, it's also been shown. Hold on, let me finish. Let me just finish. So yeah, zoning laws are an issue. So yeah, zoning laws are an issue. That's correct. Empty hotels are an issue. For example, I'm from Miami, right? In Miami, we have.
So you want less regulation?
Ghost, chill, bro. Hold on. Let me just do this, y'all.
You sound like a
take
dumpster.
some fucking ginger tea. Relax, bro.
I smoke weed. I don't.
Relax, bro. Stop interrupting while I'm talking, please. I'm not gonna fight for the mic on my own live. Please just relax. All right. So yes, you're correct. Zoning laws are a local issue. I agree with that. So this is what I do in my community as well. I'm part of an organization called Black Men Build, and we go to Tallahassee all the time to talk about the zoning laws. So I'm involved in that. So yes, I am black, and if you say I'm not, you can suck my dick.
Why does it matter? Why can't they be white only black
yes, I am an immigrant. I am an immigrant. I'm also black.
So only
Ghost.
black people are allowed to
So
help
Ghost.
in your
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I said. Ghost. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Ghost. That's not what I said.
Why
So Ghost.
That is very divisive.
Correct. It's not. It was not. So the organization Black Men Build. The organization Black Men Build is simply about the organization Black Men Build. The organization Black Men Build is simply about helping out the black community. So it's about helping out the black community. So that's what it's about.
Why help out
so
one community over the
all
other?
right, bro.
We're all immigrants.
All right.
The tether.
All right. So Stone, how's it going, Stone? Are you at least 18? And did you want to talk about what I have on the board? You there, Stone? All right, Stone's not there anymore. All right. Neek Bank, the one that was crashing out, calling me a tether or whatever. What did you want, my guy?
The fact of the matter is, it's called addition by subtraction. Okay? You have people from other places coming into America trying to change the laws and the rules of America to accommodate.
All right. So the thing on the board says leftist policies are good for society, and I laid out the leftist policies that I'm talking about. I want you to talk about that. So the leftist policies that I'm talking about are things such as universal health care, guaranteed housing, parental leave, public transportation, robust public transportation. That's what I'm talking about. So do you think those will be good for society or not? No, I don't want to talk about immigration. I don't care about immigration. You can call me a tether all you want. That's not gonna. And you can suck my dick.
You little pee-pee.
You could suck my voodoo dick. How about that, Neek? Yeah, exactly. Bitch ass nigga. All right, so Ghost, you're back up. All right, so Ghost. So let's talk about what we actually. So Ghost, what I was talking about was my organization called Black Men Build. We actually go up to talk about the zoning laws, issues, etc., things like that. So yeah, you are correct that it is a local issue. It is a local issue. So it is a local issue, but it's also shown that if the federal government were to invest $20 billion a year, we can basically eliminate homelessness. So do you want to see something like that happen?
They've already tried that, and it's been so much corruption.
No, they didn't. They never tried that.
In California, they've spent all this money to build all these homeless houses, and they overspent like crazy. There's so much corruption involved in it.
No, no, yeah, of course, yeah, I agree. California has that problem, right? But California is not the model I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the California model. California model just gave contracts to real estate developers in order to build tiny homes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about changing zoning laws and actually building multifamily units and actually buying out empty hotels in order to house the homeless. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, then do it.
Yeah, we should do it. You agree?
That sounds good to me. But that's not a leftist
All right, great.
policy.
So it is a leftist policy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. There's people on the left talking about it. People on the right don't talk about that.
But I don't care about talking about it. They're not doing it.
Right, I understand they're not doing
so
it. Right,
many opportunities to do
right.
it.
So
It's
right,
talk.
right. So because the Democrats aren't really left. That's why leftists don't fuck with them.
Then who is left?
Have you ever spoken to like the grassroots left people on the grassroots?
You mean people like AOC? Fake
AOC's
like
not
that?
grassroots. AOC's not grassroots.
Well, who's grassroots?
I'm talking about people like the DSA, Black Men Build, a person like myself. There are a bunch of leftist parties that are more on the
Well, why do
grassroots.
you keep focusing on skin color when we're all equal? That's
Look,
not.
You understand what black? Okay. Don't even get into the whole race issue because you understand the
you're
history.
The one that brought it up.
Do you? I know I didn't. I just said I'm a part
Black
of.
Men Build.
That's an organization that helps out people in the black community.
Yeah, but
that's
why?
all it is.
Why would you?
What do you
only
mean?
help
Why?
out people in the black community when
We don't only help.
What about people in the white community? What about people in the brown community?
Hey, Ghost. Hey,
What about
Ghost.
just
Hey,
people in
Ghost.
general?
Hey,
Why don't
Ghost.
you just
Hey,
help
Ghost.
people out?
Hey, Ghost. Who says that I don't?
You said
No,
your
I didn't.
organization helps the black community. Why don't
Yes,
you just
it's an
why don't you just help
organization.
the
It's an
community?
organization. It's an organization that helps out the black community. Correct. But who says I don't help anybody else out? I had leftovers for Thanksgiving and I gave them out to the homeless. What the fuck did you do?
Facts.
Exactly. So when we talk about helping out the community,
don't divide us.
So when I volunteered down in homeless shelters and gave my food out to homeless people, what the fuck did you do?
Oh, me? I had to work.
Yeah, exactly. So you had to work, which is fine. I'm not knocking you for working, right? What I am knocking you is for assuming that I don't help everybody out.
Well,
don't do that.
When you have an organization that
an organization
based off of physical attribute.
Ghost, shut up real quick. Do I need to educate you on the history of race in America? Do I need to educate you on that?
I don't care about the history. I care about now. I only care.
Yeah. You care about now. Do I need to educate you on that? Do I need to educate you on that?
My history began the day.
Do I need to educate you on the issues of Black America? Do I need to educate you on that?
No, because you're just going to keep perpetually using
exactly. Because you don't know and you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. That's why.
Our history of our ancestors.
We haven't. No, we haven't. No, the fuck we haven't. No, the fuck we haven't. No, we have not. We have not. We have not. Yes, we are. No, we are not.
Ghost. Do we still have redlining? Ghost.
No, we do not. You can move away if you wanted to.
Ghost.
Those who are not alive anymore.
Redlining?
No, we do not. Not
yes,
based
we
off
do.
skin color.
Anymore?
Yes, we do.
Not based off skin color.
You're just uneducated.
Yes, we do.
So
Ghost. Hey, Ghost. Listen. Hey, Ghost. Ghost, be quiet. Ghost. Listen to my question. Ghost. Listen to my question, Ghost.
Okay.
If we no longer have redlining, why were 2 banks sued last year for redlining?
Because people sue for anything and they know they can get away with it because all you have to do is convince a random group of people.
They were sued by the federal government.
Yes, because
the feds don't go after you. The feds don't go after you. The feds don't go after you. The feds don't go after you unless they have evidence that you're doing something wrong.
Then why
the feds do not prosecute you until they have evidence that you actually did something wrong. And the feds prosecuted these banks for redlining. So if redlining no longer existed, why do banks still do it?
Explain in your own words how they did it.
They just oh my God. All right. So the way that they did it is simply the way that that redlining was supposed to go when it's legal. Basically, if you're a black person or a brown person, they simply deny you a mortgage, even if you had the credit and the income and the family structure in order to get the mortgage. They would deny black applicants at a higher rate than they would for all the other applicants, white and Asian. That is redlining, and that's what these banks did.
Absolutely not true.
So you're saying that? So hold on, you really didn't hear about Navy Federal Credit Union getting sued for it? You didn't hear about that?
No, he probably did. You know, these young white boys live in this little bubble.
I would say that some people do that in those certain banks.
Mortgage application works.
I know how a mortgage application works. I've signed up for mortgage applications. I know how mortgage application works. I work in the insurance industry. All right, I know how they work.
It's all
we're talking about the fact that black applicants were denied at a higher rate. That's what we're talking about.
Not because they were black, though.
So then, how do you describe? How do you explain that black applicants who had the same credit and the same income and the same income to debt ratio as white applicants were still denied? How do you explain that?
Easy.
Explain it then.
Explain it then.
The same way I can explain if I flip a quarter 100 times and it happens to land on heads 90.
All right. Stoned, how's it going, Stoned? Are you at least 18, and do you disagree with what I had on the board? Stoned, are you at least 18, and do you disagree with what I have on the board?
Yeah, sorry. I was still muted. I didn't hear you first time.
Sure. Are you at least 18, and did you disagree with what I had on the board?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think leftist policies are good for society, and the policies I'm talking about are things such as guaranteed housing, universal health care, guaranteed parental leave, things of that matter. I can go into more, but my mind is going blank right now. Why do you think those things would be bad for society? We pay through it. We pay through it through taxation, like we do everything else.
Ain't we already taxed enough?
What do you mean by that?
Look, I work a minimum wage job.
Mm-hmm.
I barely can afford to live. Mm-hmm. Why should I have to pay taxes for somebody else to live when I barely can live?
That's the point. Number one, you're already doing it, and number two,
I know.
Hold on, Stone, chill. Oh my God, y'all, my guy, Stoned, please take it down a notch. Take a deep breath. Drink some ginger tea. Okay? All right. So, here's what we're talking about. The policies that we're talking about are not going to go to somebody else. You will also benefit. You understand that, right, Stoned?
You sound like he used that little minimum wage check to get him some Keystone Light. That's what it sounds like.
All right, Stone, when you swipe out the app, I can't hear you unless you have a call or something. He probably has a call. Renee, how's it going, Renee? I'm not sure if you were friendly or not. Are you at least 18, and did you disagree with what I had on the board or agree?
I'm a friendly. I'm 50.
Okay, gotcha.
And I agree.
Okay, gotcha. Not a problem. All right, let's wait for Stone to come back. How's it going, Kate? You been doing all right?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I had a horrible live this morning. I don't know what it was about this week, but just the crazies were out this week.
Oh, man. Boy, they are out in full force, boy. I got called the N-word several times just on this live. It was crazy.
And everyone is just so angry, and I'm trying to figure out why is it the same people when I go into a political live, it's the same people who get up with the same rhetoric, and it's always young white males between 18 and I guess 29. They have these same talking points. I'm trying to figure out, like, is it like a fucking club or some shit that they sign up? And I feel like I'm listening to Christians. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? And then have no education about or no knowledge about what they're talking about whatsoever.
You're absolutely correct about that. And and I think it's white tea nationalism.
You know, I blame MAGA because they have adopted an ideology called make believe. You make whatever up you want, and it's the truth. Facts are no longer used in everyday society when it comes to politics or anything that has to do with reality. Facts are no longer used. If you're going to talk facts, we don't want to talk to you. We can make it up as we go. And I listen to these congressional hearings and stuff, and I'm listening to these people just lie. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with reality? Like, what's going on?
It's insane, isn't it?
So, yeah.
New gift goal up, y'all.
Even Trump. Even Trump, with his bullshit. And I was listening to him talk, and I'm thinking to myself, like, if you, as of right now, in November, are still supporting him, and you have not backed the fuck up from that Bubba loving hoe, is something really wrong with you. Even his own people are backing up.
Bubba loving hoe is kind of crazy. That's hilarious. All right, gotcha. Hey, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, let me get to the two new guests. Karma, how's it going, Karma? Are you at least 18? And did you disagree with what I had on the board?
Hi, Valsi. You remember me? I come with KK.
Oh yeah, you do. Gotcha. I appreciate you, Karma. Give me 1 second, all right? Z, are you there, or was that Zeus? Yeah, Z man. Hey Z, are you there? Z, are you at least 18? And did you disagree with what I had on the board?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda, you here and there. All right, but you're at least 18?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
All right, cool. Not a problem. So we'll go ahead and discuss first, and probably Kate, Renee, or Karma may address whatever you say. All right,
I heard leftists are like a lot of leftists are.
Hold on, Z. Hold on. Let me explain the rules. So I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes, and then the rest of the panel may also talk to you. Panel, try to not jump him, because I know we're all friendlies here, and he's the only one who's opposition. Let's try to not jump him. And I know how hard it's going to be, but let's try, all right, everybody? He's just going to talk to me first, and I'll let you guys go ahead and talk. All right, Z, how's it going? You said that you heard something about leftists. What did you hear?
I heard the leftist supports a lot of weird things and stuff like that. Like, yes, we have, there's some policies that, is beneficial, but also there's some things how you say, I forgot. Because I told you, right, I'm 50-50. I'm close to, accepting the policies, right? Mm-hmm. But it's all the leftists I seen was weird, bro. I don't know why.
Were weird. Okay. What was the weirdness that you heard of or seen? What weirdness?
Twelve my CC, bro.
Oh, Twelve my CC. Okay, I'm going one time. All right, he's Haitian, y'all. So I know exactly what he's talking about. All right, so Z, I know how we grew up, right? Like our culture is very, very homophobic. We don't accept a lot of us do not accept the rainbow community. I get it, right? However, I'm going to point something out to you, right? Let's say two men decide to get married. Is that gonna make your rent go up?
No.
Are you more worried about? Are you more? I got you, Kate. I'm gonna let you go in there. So Z, are you more worried about your rent or these two men getting married? Which one are you more worried about?
My rent.
Your rent, exactly. So that's why. Hold on, give me a second. That's why. That's actually the thing that changed me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was just like you around your age. I was really against it. However, I started to realize that this does not affect me, and I should not worry about it. That's number one. But number two, these are still human beings. You know what I'm saying? These are still human beings. Number one is none of my business. Number two, these are still human beings. Why do I need to treat them wrong, or why do I need to say that, oh, it's disgusting or anything like that, just because they're gonna be who they are? What's the issue there?
I have nothing against them. You know, they got me. I believe in everybody's people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't but I don't want them raising kids and stuff like that.
Who the fuck are you to tell somebody not to raise kids?
Oh yeah.
Who are you?
You better go to fuck ahead.
Who are you, though? You say, I don't want them raising kids. You straight people have done such a horrible fucking job at being parents. There's enough children that are in the system as of right now to give every gay couple children in America for the next 18 years.
You don't even know if you want to be a female or a man, bro.
How you
gonna raise a kid, bro?
Listen, I understand you may not like certain aspects of gay sex. I get it. You know, everything is not for everybody. You probably tried it and you don't like it. I get it.
No, that's not it, bro.
Oh, wait, you never tried gay sex?
Bro, the thing is, right?
Wait, no, answer my question. Have you tried gay sex?
Bro, that's not in my world, bro.
Okay, so why in the fuck does it matter what I put in my body with another consenting adult to a straight man?
You could do whatever you want. Just stay away from kids.
All right, so keep it away from kids.
Okay,
hold on.
Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there.
Yeah, let's stay right there. Yeah, go ahead, Kate.
Stay away from the children. Okay, so since the gay people need to stay away from the children, let's remove all the gay people from the classrooms, from the churches, from the hospitals, from being nurses and doctors to psychologists, and let's move all the gay people away, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to know what's so interesting about your Haitian ass? Yeah. Do you not know that 60 years ago, white people were sitting around having the same conversation about you? You know, I don't mind them, you know, being in the neighborhood over there, but I just don't think that they should get married and have kids. I just don't want my little Johnny in the classroom with those niggers.
That's not the same thing.
It is the exact same thing.
It's the same thing.
Listen, it is bigotry and it's ignorance. And as a black Haitian man, it is embarrassing that the oppressed wants to turn around and oppress.
I know I'm black. You don't know if you're a woman or a man.
All right, so Z,
do you mind if I say something, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go because I want to correct them on you don't know if you're a woman or a man thing. I definitely want to get on them with that. But go ahead, Karma. I'm sorry.
So the first thing you're saying that gay people shouldn't raise kids, correct? That's what you said.
Yeah, never.
Okay, why do you think?
Why do you think that, Z?
What's the reasoning behind that?
Jesus.
No, it's not. I'm not religious, bro. I ain't religious, bro.
Okay, so what is the reason? Give me
What's the reason? What's the reason, Z?
But why do you believe that way?
Why would I want someone I don't know their gender raise kids?
All right, but Z, this is stupid. All right, so Z,
stupidest shit I ever heard.
All right, so let me just kind of break this down to Z. All right, so Z, I don't think that you're kind of tracking what we're asking here. It's not about whether they're gendered or not. It's like two women or two men who get married and want to have a family and raise children. We're asking you, why is that a problem? What's the issue there?
Oh, the issue of two men raising a kid.
Yeah, and they're gay men and they want to raise. Yeah, they're LGBTQ men and they want to raise a kid. What's the issue?
And they know that they're men. They know that they're men and they want to raise a child. What's your issue with that? What's your contention?
Exactly, and these men are in love and they're married. So what's the problem?
Oh hell, it's unhealthy for the kid.
Well, give me one sufficient study that says that, actually. Because you're not just going to say some dumb shit. Give me one sufficient study that literally cites that says that two men... You know what? No. Because let me say this real quick. You know what's unhealthy? The churches that y'all take them kids to, that them kids get as Satan. That's unhealthy. That's nasty. And also, what's nasty is that most of the time, these children get assaulted by a cis straight man in the home.
Facts.
Never been a gay couple. Never been a gay church. Never been a gay place. It's always, in California alone, there has been 1,600 priests that have been arrested or under investigation for SA. I'm talking about priests, right? The issue has never been gay people, has never been lesbians raising. So if we're not going to look within our communities and look within our predatory behavior that exists around us, and we're just going to loophole, I guess, to call it, to throw all of this shit on another demographic that's fucking oppressed the same way that we are as black people are oppressed, and we're trying to oppress them more for some illogical cultural shit that you're talking about, because what you're saying is pure like prejudice from culture. It has no sufficient evidence. It has no standing. It's a bunch of bullshit. Quite literally, is what you're saying, because you can't bring studies, you can't bring proof, you can't bring anything. What you're saying is prejudice that you've been raised with, and you're just literally just regurgitating that shit in our face.
All right, so Z, I want you to understand something, right? Because I was where you were. The reason why you think it's unhealthy for children is because the way that we were raised. We were just told that people who are part of the rainbow community are unhealthy, or they're sick in the head, et cetera, et cetera.
That's facts.
But they're actually, hold on. But the thing is, Z, that's not facts. They're not actually sick in the head. There's nothing wrong with them, right? So like when we actually look at like children who are raised with these parents, they're no different from you and me. And I've actually met someone who was raised by two mothers, and he was absolutely fine. Nothing was wrong with him. So when you say that it's unhealthy for the children, like, what evidence is there of that? Like, do you know if there's any study that says so, any research that says so? Because that's how you determine whether something is true or not. You have to have data for it. Is there any data that shows what you're saying? Do you know of any?
I have never seen, all right, from my experience in my lifetime, right? I have never experienced where I've seen, like, gay couple manage to successfully raise a child to, like, you know, like, just to raise a child successfully. Like, I never seen that.
I understand.
Not what you experience. We're talking about facts.
All I see,
We asked you a question about facts, sir.
Right. So Z, I understand that you never saw it, right? I never saw it until I was about 23, right?
I'm 22.
You're 22. I never saw it until I was 23, right? So I get it. You never saw it, but it is true. It does happen.
And I haven't seen fucking elephants in real life, but guess what?
Elephants exist. Yeah, exactly. So just because you have never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right? Right, Z?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So now we're telling you that we've met people, and not only have we met people, but there's actually research on it. They actually look to see, you know, how kids are raised under these parents and how kids are raised under the parents that me and you were raised under. And they show that there's no difference between them. So, like, if that's the case, Z, can you actually say it's unhealthy for children? You can't actually say that, right? Because the facts don't match up, right?
If two dads raising a son, how the son gonna know how to be a man to, like,
you know what's funny about that? One of my coworkers, he's one of the biggest sports guys you ever see. He loves football. He talks about sports all the time. He's a big guy, big and strong, goes to the gym, drinks beers, and he got a whole bunch of women. Guess what he was raised by?
Two men.
Two men. So,
Can I ask you don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. Z, was your dad in the home with you when you were being raised?
My dad over here. I mean, he always work. He's busy, but
that's not what I asked. Was your father in the home with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a mother and a father in the home, correct?
Yeah.
And look at you. You are the product of heterosexual parents. You had a mother and a father, and you're not very fucking bright.
I am bright. I don't want violence against you guys.
Sir, you have every white supremacy talking point, and you don't even realize. You really don't even realize it. You literally have white supremacy talking points, extremely uneducated, thinking that someone's sexuality is going to depict and change the amount of care that they have towards a child. You have a mother and a father, and you're failing miserably right now. But you're worried about two men raising a child?
No. I don't.
Have you not done? Listen, we're talking about facts over feelings. Have you not read statistics about gay parents and how adoption agencies light up when gay couples walk in because they know the child is going to be taken care of because of the statistics about gay parenting? They get so excited. And then they offer them more children.
Yeah, let's just clear this question up real quick.
Wait,
because I have a
can
feeling.
I ask something?
Yeah, I got you, Karma. Let me just ask him something real quick, and I'm gonna get to you. Okay, give me one moment. So Z, let me just ask this question, like for real, just not insulting or anything like that. Everything that we're talking about, have you actually looked it up?
Like this. I don't look at those. I don't look at gay.
Right. So Z, you never actually looked it up. You never actually seen, if there are gay parents out there and how their children are going to be, like how gay people actually live out their lives, like their income, their health, anything like that. You've never actually looked at any of that.
Nah, that's not my energy. Nah.
All right, cool. Okay, so cool. But Z, that's the problem. You have an opinion on a community that you do not research, and that's a problem. You don't see the problem with that, right? Because that's what racist white people do to us. They have all these opinions about Haiti. Remember how they told us that we eat cat and we do all this other mess and nonsense, but they never actually they don't even know Haitians. So you doing all this thing talking about gay people can't do this, that, and the third, but you never actually looked up how do they actually live? You see that? You see the problem there, right? That's an issue. Karma has a question for you. Go ahead, Karma.
Do you have any kids?
Nah, not yet.
Not yet. Are you planning on adopting kids?
No.
So why the fuck are you talking about kids?
What do you mean?
And who's raising them? If you don't have the plan to help kids that are in the foster care system, you don't have your own kids, why do you think that your opinion is more superior than a bunch of people that might have kids? Riddle me that real quick.
No, it's just weird for two men to raise a son, bro.
All right, but Z,
weird has nothing to do with the fact. Weird is because you have cultural prejudice.
Indoctrination. Exactly. You just have cultural prejudice. And I get it because I'm Haitian
Nothing
too.
to
I
do
was
with
raised the same way.
Facts in real life.
Yeah. And so Z, I get it, right? I was raised the same way you are. But just because our culture says this doesn't mean that they're correct. There are a lot of things that our culture can say that are not right, bro. And this is one of the things. These are one of the things that, Lucy's in the comments right now. I used to go to church with Lucy. Lucy will tell you, our church members, even to this day, will still talk like Z, right? So Z, we understand this is how we were culturally raised, but that doesn't mean that they were right, bro. That's why I'm trying to be gentle with you because I get it. I get where you're coming from because I was that way. But Kate and Karma and Renee are not gonna be nice with you. Go ahead, Kate.
Fuck it.
And Volsey, the other reason why I'm not gonna sit here and be nice to him, to be honest with you, because my dad was a black Muslim. It doesn't get stricter than this, right?
Yeah. Vosi, did you notice something? Oh, 1 second, Carmen. I just want to point something out. This is to you too. This is to you too, Carmen. Vosi and Carmen. Did you notice he never said two women? He constantly said two men, two men, two men, two men, two men. Z, are you gay? Z, are you gay, or are you dealing with your sexuality? Having a hard time dealing with your sexuality?
Giving DL.
Nah,
ring no bell.
And I'm not laughing because it's really not funny. I'm being very serious because I'm going to be honest with you. With my background degree, I understand something. Most people are in opposition of who they actually really are. I noticed it. You never said anything about two women the entire time. You never said lesbians, two women can't raise kids, two men. You never did that. I'm listening to your viewpoints.
I said trans.
One second. And then I'm listening. That's still a man to you. And then I'm listening to your viewpoints on why. 1 second. I'm listening to the whys. The whys have no valid reason. You're only talking about your feelings. I think you're having a hard time with your sexuality, and I get it. Listen, let me tell you something. The only person in the world that will be your biggest enemy is in the mirror. Gay men are not your problem. They do a wonderful job at raising children. I had two gay males to take me in after I got out of prison from doing 5 years, and I became a wonderful fucking person. I got my degree. I'm well educated. I'm going back for my next, and I was adopted as a child. Listen, gay people are not your issue. If you want to do it, just do it and accept that part about you. But you have no right to bleed on everyone else because you are wounded and you're hurting.
I said trans.
And what I was trying to say earlier is,
I said trans.
So, like I said, my dad was very prejudiced against LGBTQ people. Also, it was my mom too. She was a Catholic, a devout Catholic at that. Don't ask me how they got together, but my household was very prejudiced towards LGBT people. Guess what? He still ended up with 2 queer daughters. My older sister was a lesbian, and I'm bi. Even with all of that prejudice, with all of that hatred, with all of that shit, we still ended up that way. We still saw people raise kids that were same-sex couple and were more successful than our parents or our neighbors' parents or whoever's parents. I've seen people being raised by 2 lesbians or 2 gay couple or whatever the case may be that literally went on, had degrees, had a successful life, never had to deal with all of the nastiness that we dealt with.
Man.
And we were supposed to have the so-called advantage.
Exactly. I want Renee to say something because she's been very, very patient. I appreciate you being patient, Renee. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. So, Z, I think that your feelings are valid. And I would like to understand where you're coming from. So, why do you think that it's wrong for anybody to raise a child?
No, you could raise a child, but I don't think they should see 2 genders together. You could raise a child. I don't think they could see 2 genders together. That's it.
Right. So Renee's question is like, why not? That's her question. Why? Why do you believe that?
Cause like, okay, you told me that the son, right? He was raised by 2 guys. He came out successful. Went to the beer, whatever. He's probably a minority, but the majority of kids, or majority of like whoever they raised, they probably won't try to do the same thing they doing, bro.
All right,
and that's like,
but that's not what we see, though, Z. We when we actually do research on this, hold on, listen. When we actually do research on the Z, what you're saying does not happen. Most of the kids who come from 2 gendered parents or 2 gay parents, most of them are straight because most of society is straight. So what you're saying is just not true. Doesn't happen. And not only that, even if that were to be the case, so what?
Right. So
what the kid falling for the same thing?
What do you mean falling for?
Like, doing the same thing?
Right. What do you mean falling for? That's not how that works. Becoming rainbow as themselves. Right, but Z, you understand that's not how being gay works, right? That's not how that works.
I know you make a decision when you're an adult.
You don't make a decision.
No, that's not how that works, bro. That's not how that works.
No, Z, you have a decision to make. But that's not how it works. Attraction is attraction. People are just naturally attracted to who they are. No one is forcing themselves to be attracted to men or women. It is very natural. It just naturally comes. Now, you, on the other hand, you may be, deciding to actively pay only attention to women. But for the majority of people who are not bisexual, no, it just comes naturally.
Right. It happens at birth.
At birth?
Yeah.
Silly?
That's
so you agree with that, Zo?
Yeah, I agree with that. So hold on, ZZ. Renee wants to talk to you real quickly. Go ahead, Renee. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry about that.
Okay. So it happens at birth, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with anybody who wants to raise a child, especially now that women's rights are being we're not able to have abortions or ABs and stuff, so somebody's gonna have to adopt them.
You don't think more gay people means like less population? You don't think that?
So
do you know the percentage of homosexuals in Dallas? No.
Here's
I'm just asking, yes or no, like, you don't think so?
Do you guys mind if I cite a study real quick that I have?
Yeah, of course. I just want to answer Z's question. So, Z, that's not how being gay works, bro. It's just not. So, see, when you keep saying, you don't think more of this community is gonna, that's not how it works, bro. That's just not how it works. But go ahead, Karma. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So here we have this study right here currently, right, which says there are about 2 million LGBTQ parents in the U.S. They're raising about 3 to 4 million children in total. Around 80 to 90% of those kids are straight. This is a study. And it literally says that. So these queer parents raising about 3 to 4 million children, and 80 to 90% of these children come out to be straight. If what you were saying was true, those 80 to 90% would have been just like their parents. But that's not the fact. That's not what we're seeing here.
Just trying to figure out, what is this adding or taking away from your life, C? How much money are you going to gain or lose out of your bank account? How much harder or less hard is this making your cock? What is your what is your obsession? How's this changing your everyday life? Is the air going to taste different? Is the water going to taste different? Is it going to smell different? Is the sun not going to shine the same way? Are the hoes not going to look your way? Or, are they going to decide not to fuck you? What is the issue? Because it's not doing anything to you directly.
Yeah,
and you're right.
So
You're right.
Exactly. So this was one of the first things that I asked you, Z. If 2 gay men getting married, does it raise your rent? No, and you're more worried about your rent. So these are not issues that you're supposed to be. Or not, I won't say supposed to be. These are not issues to worry about. We should worry more about our health, our safety, our wages, our cost of living. These are more things to worry about rather than whether these 2 men would like to get married, right? And the thing is, when I started to realize that, that's when I actually started to research and see, why did I have such an issue with them raising children? Why do I have some sort of issue with them living in society? Why do I have such an issue with them being on TV? Why do I have an issue with that, right? So I started to look into these facts, and I was like, everything that I learned from my parents and from our culture, what they said about, Damasisi, is just not true. It's untrue, bro.
I gotta understand. Basically, it's none of my business, bro. You're right. It's none of my business.
Exactly.
With evil people or not good people raising kids, period.
Right, exactly.
That's what you should have a problem with. You shouldn't have a problem with somebody because they look different than you or they identify different than you and all of these things. And there's something that I heard, and Vasi, you can correct me. I think he was... A lot of his trigger was on trans people. He kept saying trans.
Yeah, that was a lot of
they don't know their gender.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, so let me
kind of
ask
did
him
ignore
a question.
that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Karma.
It's okay. Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between sex and gender, real quick?
One of the girls broke his heart.
I swear to God, the deal energy is hitting. Gang, can you please tell me what's the difference between sex and gender?
I don't think there's a difference.
Oh, not you, NP. I'm sorry, Manny. We're gonna get to you in a second. We just gotta finish up with Z first. All right, Z. We're gonna finish up with you. I'm gonna give us about 5 more minutes with you, and then we're gonna move on to Manny. And Manny, you may be my last person for the night. All right. So Z, just to remind you, Karma's question was, what's the difference between sex and gender? Would you happen to know?
Isn't it almost the same thing?
It's not. All right. So
not
go
in
ahead.
the slightest.
Yeah, go ahead, Karma. Go ahead, explain.
Yeah. So one is a socially constructed category that was literally made to oppress people. The other one is sexual characteristics that you're born with. So sex refers to chromosomes, hormones, reproductive organs, secondary traits, like body hair, all of these things. And gender is it's basically a socially constructed identity.
Yeah.
Like social roles, expressions, things of that nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Gender expectation.
Yeah. So sex is basically what you're born with, your chromosomes and your reproductive organs, and gender is how we act in society and how we express ourselves. That's basically the difference. You understand that, Z?
Yeah, I understand. It's like, so why would someone I don't know what sex they are raise? You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the problem. Those people know exactly what sex they are.
It's easier.
They're different with the gender.
Yeah, it's easier to say male or female or man or woman. It's easier for them to get that.
Yeah, so these individuals, so the ones that you're talking about, they don't know whether they're male or female. Which you're talking about trans people. Most of the time.
See, I am
trans
male.
people know their...
One second, Carmen. See, I'm male. I will forever and always be male. But I'm a trans woman. We know exactly who we are. You may not know.
Right.
I don't see why it's your business. But I am male. I will always and forever be male.
Come on, Kate.
See, exactly. And so her sex is male, but her gender is woman.
Yeah,
trans woman.
Yeah. So does that make sense? Well, I know it doesn't make sense to you yet, Z. But are you now understanding the concept?
Yeah, I understand. Because me personally, look, I'm gonna say this right. Before you go to the next person, I'm gonna say like I never condone like violence or anything bad to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just think like I think in a mental state of like, you know, being around I don't want to say, I don't make it sound weird, bro, you feel me? But being around team ones, though, and then, you know, raising them like that, you feel me, so?
Okay, I get, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. You're saying they can be who they want to be, just don't put it on the kids, which is what people always say.
Until they 18, like
but Zo, this is what I'm saying, Zo. What I'm saying is that no one is pushing anything on the kids, bro. No, that's not happening. They're lying to you.
What are we passing out trans packets to the kids or some shit?
Exactly.
Trans gift bags and shit.
Right, exactly. So Zo, whenever people are saying that, oh, they quote unquote pushing on the kids, they lying to you, Zo. That's not actually happening, and they only saying that for you to get like riled up because we all want to protect kids, right? All of us worry about kids. We all want to protect kids.
Yeah.
So they say that in order for you to get riled up, in order for you to hate these people. That's what's happening. In order for you not I said these people. I'm sorry. In order for you to hate that community. That's what's happening, but they lying to you, Zo. That's not really happening for real.
Hey,
if you actually look, say that again.
You know what traumatized me too when I was a jit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember that Dwayne Wade situation, bro? When this jit was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then
what about it?
If your kid says something like, "Oh, I feel like I'm a girl," or whatever, as a kid, bro, they don't know what they talking about, woman.
How?
They don't know what they talking about, woman.
Your child can say, "I want a pair of Jordans," or "I'm tired, I want to go to bed," or "I don't want broccoli."
No. But that's something serious. That's your life, though. Feel me? That's like your. I don't know. Explain that.
No, that's not your life.
Woman.
That's that child's life.
You can't.
Parents, listen, Z. You got to change your mind frame.
They're not even 13, homie. They're not even 13.
I don't give a
12,
fuck
homie.
if listen. I don't care if Isaiah or whatever that baby name is. If she was 6.
When they 18, they could do
what. So Z-Man, what happened if they were born
intersex? So let me understand this. So you wasn't straight and you didn't identify as being a male until you got 18, right?
What?
You see how fucking silly that sound, nigga?
All right, so
like, that sounds silly as fuck.
Yeah, see, that sounds silly. So hold on, Z. I want to make sure. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure Ziza understand what Kate was saying. So Z, your entire issue with that happened with Zaya Wade, right? When you said that, oh, she decided at 12 they don't know, they got to the 18. Did you need to wait till you were 18 to know that you were a man and that you like girls? Did you need to know that at 18, or did you already know that when you were like 12? You knew when you were 12, bro. You knew when you were 12 that you like girls and that you were
disingenuous.
Nah, because the reason I really think I'm trying to
still undecided.
Hold on, bro. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see how you matching it with that one, cause, bro, biologically that's a male. And then
Yes, we understand that. But Z,
is running behind you, and you're running faster.
Yeah, it's like wisdom is chasing you, but you're faster, bro. Z, listen. We understand that Zaya is male, but the gender is biologically male. But their gender is not something that's biological. Gender is social. It's how it's constructed. And not only that, we know that transgender people, they have a different brain mapping. It's neurochemical, right? Their brains are different than what you or my brains are like.
It's the
you see what I'm saying?
hypothalamus.
Exactly. There's a lot of things different. Hold on. Listen. There's a lot of things that go into this that you should research. But Z, like, I would love to keep continuing going down this line, but we do got to move on. All right. I know y'all want to talk to Z. But we got to move on because I got to get to bed and I got to talk to Manny next. All right. So, but Z.
My fault.
No, I'll go to well. But please come next time. All right. Not Sunday, but next Thursday. Come to me next Thursday. Of course, Renee and Karma and Kate, y'all definitely invite next Thursday because I'm running the same topic. All right, so Z, please come next Thursday or Friday, and we can talk about it more. All right, that sound good?
All right. So I stay around. I hear you, but yeah, I got you.
All right, yeah. Stay in the comments, and then I see you follow me already. So come back on Thursday, and then Kate and Renee and Karma, they'll talk to you more about it because. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was where he was. You feel me? It's hard to get over that hump, but I want to push him over that hump. Yeah, I mean, I really want to save him. I know, y'all want me to forget about it, but I really want to get over that hump. All right, but Z, we'll see you in a bit. All right, just stay in the comments for me. I appreciate you.
Work up, Z. Work up, Z's up, man.
Z's up till I freeze up. I got you. All right, guys. I know. It's just, he's a young Haitian man like I was, and he was where I was. That's the only reason why I want to save him. But I know that y'all don't care, but I really want to. But we're gonna go ahead and move on. All right. So Manny, how's it going, Manny?
What's up?
I'm all right. All right. Are you at least 18? And I'm assuming you disagree with something I have on the board, correct?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Gotcha. All right. Now, you said earlier that you don't think there's any difference between biological sex and gender. Now, Kate, Renee, and Karma will talk to you about this, just to let you know. Why do you think there's no... Actually, hold on. What I have on the board, the leftist policies that I agree with are things like universal health care, guaranteed housing, guaranteed parental leave, living wage, things of that matter. Those are things I think would be better for society. Do you think those would be bad for society?
Those particular policies, not exactly, no. I think
okay.
I agree.
So you want to talk more about the entire transgender thing? Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess maybe social, like leftist, more social things.
The social issues on the left. Okay, gotcha. All right, so you said that you don't think there's a difference between sex and gender. Kate, Renee, and Karma are going to talk more about this because they have more education than I do. But yes, there is a difference between sex and gender. But you said that you don't think so. Why not?
Well, I think, historically, that's not how the terms were used. I think obviously it's just the definition. So if you're just disagreeing on definitions, then that's just subjective, right?
What do you mean historically? When was the word woman created?
I don't know exactly when it was created.
Or when was gender created?
I think gender has been a thing. It's just...
Dude, the argument is dissolved. Why don't you just look up the definitions? It's crazy how this is an actual argument.
Hold on. Give us 1 second, Gia. Giannis, I think your name was. I'm sorry about that. Give us 1 second. Gianni. Give us 1 second. Let them go ahead and discuss it, and I'll get to you. All right, I promise. But go ahead. Who was talking? Yeah, I'm sorry. Who was talking? Was it? It was Karma or Manny? Who was talking?
No, it was me and him.
Okay, yeah, Karma and Manny. Yeah, go ahead. One of y'all finish up. We were talking about the historical definitions. I think Karma has something to say about
that. Yeah, he was responding to what
I'm talking about the historical definition of woman, all right? Because you're saying that's a concept.
It's not even historical, it's current.
Yeah, Gianni, give us a second, G. Give us a second, G.
I'm saying it seems like you're just changing the definition due to recent times and trans issues, but it seems like the definition historically...
No, that's not what's happening here. That's what you're failing to understand, because you can differentiate between male and man. That's why you're having this issue currently. Because sex does not change and has not changed throughout all of history. We all know that. Gender roles, gender expectations, fuck yeah. Because in the 50s or in the 40s, women were not allowed to wear pants.
Sure.
Guess what? That is a part of gender roles and gender expectations. So that's
based on what?
Yeah, but
based on
saying,
what?
But I'm saying those historically when they would call somebody a woman, it would include. I'm saying historically when they would call somebody a woman, it would include sex in the definition.
No, it wouldn't have.
So you're telling me historically, if I brought somebody that looked like a presenting person that was trans and told a person that this person just is biologically a male, do you think they would say they're a woman?
Hey, 1 second, Karma.
Wait, say that again?
I'm saying historically, if I brought a trans person to somebody historically and told them that this person is biologically a male, do you think they would call them a woman?
I'm trying to figure out why is Manny arguing a point in which he has no idea the historical relevance in or the understanding of when these words were first used and how we use them. That was the very first thing that Carmen asked you. She said, okay, when did we start using woman? When did we start using gender? And you said, oh no. Like how are you arguing this from a historical standpoint when you don't know the basic foundation of when we begin to use these terms in society in the way that we were using them? Your argument is literally voided out already.
Yeah, because
it's literally collapsing.
I don't need that specific information.
No problem.
But that was your argument. Your argument was historical. You said history.
My argument is that the word woman has always been linked to the sex female.
No, because the word woman didn't always exist.
Okay, I have a question.
And let me ask you this simple question here. What is the definition of a woman and what's the definition of a female?
Yeah, I would say a woman is just an adult human who's biologically a female.
Okay, and what is the definition of female?
It's somebody who fits some particular biological, like a chromosomal makeup or something like that.
Okay, what are the necessary chromosomes to being classified as a female?
Typically people would say...
And that can... And I don't need typically...
I don't know what you mean by necessary there.
That they have to be present.
Do you think
for you to determine this individual is a female?
Okay, so do you think the biological category female doesn't exist?
Yeah, no.
I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
So Manny,
I just asked you a simple question. I just said, what are the necessities?
Yeah, and I just told...
What are things that you need to have to be classified as a female?
Yeah, so typically, there's no... I don't know what you mean by... There's just a cluster of different properties you usually have, and typically it's
Name one.
Yes, I said XX chromosomes.
So did you hear yourself? You said typically. You know what the word typically means?
Yes, I just said typically, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not 100% of the time, because we understand that Swyer syndrome exists, meaning intersex individuals exist.
Yeah, they would be intersex.
No, the intersex is not a third sex.
So
intersex is a condition, is a medical condition. You're speaking to a nurse.
So are they not intersex?
Intersex is the medical diagnoses.
Okay, so they're intersex.
Not their sex.
Okay, what is their sex?
Their sex is whatever they follow with more. Meaning
then you're saying
that
sex
if
is
this
identical to gender.
so are you gonna let me finish so you can understand, or you're just gonna talk?
But now you're saying
so
sex
an
is identical to
intersex
gender.
individual, right, that has Swyer syndrome, which would be a female that is born with XY chromosomes, he is more of a female and is treated more as a female in the medical field.
Okay, you can be treated
and every intersex condition has its differentiations and how they would get treated. It would go by what do you have more of and what do you lean towards more. Those are two important factors here.
I'm saying they're intersex. I guess you're saying that this category, you're saying sex is actually also a social construct. So sex, biological sex.
No, I didn't. Wait, when did I say that sex was a social construct?
You just made gender and sex identical.
No, I didn't. No, you did that.
Okay, so did you not say that this intersex person, you're saying their sex is whatever they conform to socially?
Did you hear anything that came out of my mouth?
Okay, did you not say that?
No, that was not me.
Okay, so you didn't say, I asked you what sex is the intersex person, and you said,
and I told you is what they have more of, meaning their secondary sexual characteristics and their internal reproductive organs, what does it match closely more with, plus their hypothalamus. How is their hypothalamus developing?
Okay, then I guess if you're saying that they just have certain characteristics they lean towards, then okay,
what's the majority of these characteristics?
Yeah, if you're saying they have these biological characteristics that leans towards being a woman, you want to categorize them as a woman. I don't have an issue.
There's no I want to, and I don't care whether you have an issue or not. This is science. This is how things are already being done. You're just left behind. All you're stating are just opinions.
I think you're saying...
You know that you're sitting here fighting facts. So sex and gender are two different things, and that has always been a fact.
You're arguing a definition.
So Manny, when it you understand that when it comes to, like, if you ever took like advanced biology in any college course, they will tell you that even when it comes to sex, even with human beings, is more of a bimodal spectrum than it is a hard male or female. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but are you denying the biological category?
Category of what?
Nobody's denying what.
Okay, so there is a biological category of female, right?
And male.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I'm saying, unless you're denying the category, I'm saying that this category is linked to
No, but there
women.
might be some people that don't fit in that category.
So are you denying the category?
That's not denying the category.
Okay, so you agree. Okay, so you agree there's a category of biological sex, which is female, and I'm saying that sex is linked to the word woman.
Yeah, we understand. Yeah, we get that, right? We get that that they can be linked, but it's not always. Like for example, we know that male is linked to man, but like there are male dogs that are not men, right?
Sure.
So first of all, me and you both liking chocolate doesn't make us the same human being. You understand that, right? So two definitions: sharing similarities does not make them equal to one another and doesn't make them the same.
Okay, what am I
can the word woman carry over from the word female? Yes. But the word female will never carry over from the word woman. It will never take anything from woman, because woman is a socially constructed category.
Yeah, so I think we're just disagreeing on definitions. I think this is just opinions. Like, we're just saying our opinions.
This is not opinions. I'm stating facts. I'm not stating this is not opinions. I'm stating what scientists actually say.
Yeah. So Manny, this is not really an opinion. Woman is literally a social category, because there are women who don't fit into that entire biological thing. Because you said yourself that the definition of a female is certain things, right? XX chromosomes, and can produce large gametes. Is that what female would be?
Yes, it's certain biological characteristics.
Right, exactly. So according to that, if we would say women and female are exactly the same thing, and female is defined as the humans who have excess chromosomes and can produce large gametes, our grandmothers would no longer be women, because they can't produce gametes anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even.
So
have
that's
that
why. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. If we define woman as female as the same, and female is defined as the double X chromosomes and producing large gametes, our grandmothers will no longer be women, because they no longer produce gametes. But we both know that's ridiculous, right? So therefore, women, the term woman has to be used more socially, as a social category, than linking it biologically, because women are not just what they biologically do, and men are not just what biologically do. Like, for example, if you were to if we were to have a discussion, right, about what makes a man, we're going to talk about the actions of a man. We're going to talk about, being strong, being masculine, courage, assertiveness, etc., etc. If I were to say, I sit at home all day, play video games, eat bonbons, and beat on my girlfriend, a lot of people would say that I'm not a real man, but I have the equipment, don't I? You see what I'm saying? So that's how we know that the term man and women are different socially than what it is biologically for male and female. Even we know that ourselves. That makes sense, Manny?
Yeah, I'm saying I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is arguing on opinions is that we're disagreeing upon definitions, and that's just an opinion. If I have
we're not talking about. This is what you're missing. You're missing it head first every time. You're stating an opinion. We're
No, you're also stating
stating
an
fact.
opinion.
No, mine is a fact proven by science.
Okay,
that is the
word,
difference.
Okay, is the
Yours
word
is an opinion. First of all, when you see a woman down the street, you don't do a chromosomal check.
Sure.
You also don't check her reproductive organs. You go based on secondary.
Can I ask you a question?
What she's presents as.
Sexual
That's what you go off.
characteristics.
Can I ask you a question? So if I see somebody with a wig on, and I think they have hair, I think, oh, this person's not bald, and then they take off their wig. Did they deceive me?
Yes.
That's not about what. First of all,
you sound slow. What the fuck?
Okay, what's slow about that?
You sound fucking slow because this is what you're doing. You're trying to equate what Karma is saying and what Volsi is saying as you're trying to what's the word I'm looking for? You're trying to decrease everything they're saying into just a matter of an opinion because you think someone being trans is just a choice and it's just their opinion. You think that the position that trans people take in society is just literally them cosplaying, and that's their opinion of how they want to cosplay for today. Because that's literally I'm literally talking. You're not smart enough to talk when I'm talking.
I'm saying that's not what I'm saying.
You're literally dumber than a box of rocks. Okay. You're so uneducated, and I was just sitting back thinking about I'm still speaking.
Stop insulting. I'm going to insult your mom.
No. You don't have the brain capacity nor the IQ to continue holding this conversation.
He really doesn't. Nor does he have the fortitude
why do you guys
to have this conversation. And I'm just sitting here thinking how fucking doomed we are as a society. Because I just said this before you got up here. The amount of young men, 18 to 30, that walk around with this type of thinking. And then when someone is trying to educate you and pull you out of that, it's like facts are no longer facts. Carmen gave you straight facts. Nothing she said was an opinion of hers. You need to learn what a fact is, and you need to learn what an opinion is, because I don't think you have been taught that.
Do you think trans women should be in sports? Do you think
absolutely?
Wait.
Everybody, pause real quick. Everybody, I know you want to get into that one argument. I know you're going to get one, Karma, but I just want to read something from my YouTube real quick. All right, so Kayshawn, that's his name, Kayshawn. Kayshawn says that your argument completely ignores social conditioning affecting gender. That's why biologists differentiate between gender and sex. Yeah, exactly what I said to you, Manny. You're completely ignoring the social things around gender. If you completely ignore that, then you don't really have an argument here. The biologists differentiate between sex and gender because there are social conditionings we have around gender. But you asked about sports. When it comes to sports, I'm not a sports scientist. So the sports scientists and the sports medicines, they're the ones who should determine whether or not trans women should be in sports. I personally don't really have an issue with it.
I have the study for that.
Oh yeah, Karma has a study for that, and she can educate you more. Me personally, I do understand the concern over males on average being stronger, etc. However, as far as what I know, when a trans woman takes the hormones, they get the therapy, they can level out with all the other women without the entire males being stronger thing. I know I didn't explain that well. Karma can explain it better than me. Go ahead, Karma.
Wait, can I respond to what you just said?
So, based on what you just said, right, and correct me if I'm wrong, your question was, do you think should they compete in women's sports, correct?
Yeah, so do you think trans women should be, I guess, include all women's spaces? Should they be in all women's spaces?
Got it. So I'm going to go based off a study, because I don't go based off regular opinions. I go based on scientific, facts. So this is the British Journal of Medicine, right? The study is called Strength, Power, and Aerobic Capacity of Transgender Athletes, and a cross-sectional study. This is a peer-reviewed study, right away. So what this study found, they compared trans women with cis women, they compared trans men with cis men, and they found that trans women actually have more of a disadvantage rather than an advantage, because them being on hormones for so long actually makes them weaker, more fatigued. The only advantage that this study found was in hand grip. Nothing else. And that study went across every aspect of, the sports, the running, the chest, the chest capacity, all of these things. And the only advantage that was found here was hand grip, which to most of these sports is irrelevant.
Right, and furthermore, for us to bring up trans women not being allowed in certain, in women's sports or whatever you're trying to say, Manny, I want to open up the door to your understanding. If we're going to bring that up, we need to also bring up race as well. Do you not understand the racial difference in the makeup of different races, their body makeup? Do you not know that black people and the way that black women's bodies are made up are very much different than white or Asian or Hispanic? And then do you not also understand that the black male body is made up differently? We have different physical attributes and we have different quote unquote advantages in certain areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
So should we racially segregate sports?
So, Manny, if you're going to be stupid, you have to be all the way stupid.
Stop insulting.
All the way stupid.
Look, if you keep insulting,
I needed to be full stupid.
Look, if you keep insulting me, I'm going to insult your mom. I'm not even.
No, it's fine. You can insult my mother, but she isn't stupid.
No, I think she is because she created you.
Jesus.
All right, so Manny, so you understand, like, if there's different differences racially, right? Then that would mean we will have to segregate the sports, and we don't want to do that, do we?
No, I'm saying, okay, I didn't say differences equals now. Like you can't be in a sport. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying, it seems like, okay, when it comes to the racial differences, yeah, there's different people and different races that can vary, and I don't understand. Are you saying
that's what exists with transgenderism? Well, I say transgenderism. That exists with transgender people as well. So the study that Karma just brought up shows that when it comes to trans athletes, there is no real advantage there. Now, of course, these are limited studies because this is something that we just starting to study, right? But the information that we have now shows that trans women don't have any advantage over cis women. As a matter of fact, one of the big examples that the right likes to use is Leah Thomas. But Leah Thomas got in 5th place behind a cis woman. You know what I mean? So it's like she got in 5th place, and a cis woman, what y'all would call, quote unquote, biological women, big quote unquote, is the one who actually won first place. So there seems to be no huge advantage there, especially since someone brought it up in my comments. She lost 3 times to quote unquote biological women. You see what I'm saying? So so the concern over them having an advantage, yeah, I get where the concern comes from because of the way that we were taught and what science tells us. Males typically tend to be stronger and everything like that. But when it comes to trans athletes, when they go through their hormonal therapy, when they go through all these things, there seems to be no advantage there from the studies that we have. Now, if you say that we need more studies, yeah, I would agree with that. I think everyone here would agree with that. Yeah, let's do more studies. Let's try to understand this. But let's try to understand it other than
10 different studies, by the way. Falsy eyes.
There's 10 different ones now.
That I can pull out that will support my claim.
Yeah, I don't think he actually understands or comprehends what hormones.
Can I respond to anything that's being said? Or
But before you respond, I want to ask a simple, dumb question. Exactly. Like this, I'm going to dumb it down for you.
Because, honey, I am moaned out.
I already know, Kate. I already know. Go ahead, Carmen.
Could a person with a longer foot be disqualified from ever professionally running as an athlete?
You're saying should a person with a longer foot?
Yes.
No.
Why? But that gives them a disadvantage. That gives them an advantage.
Yeah, because the reason why they have the advantage is not because of their the specific reason, not because of sex. It's because something else.
It's from their family line, and their biological inheritance.
Yeah, and I'm saying the reason why I would think probably biological males shouldn't compete with biological women in sport.
First of all, do you know how stupid what you're saying is? There's no such thing as a biological man. That's stupid. That's ignorant and uneducated.
Okay, a biological male.
You mean biological male? Okay, biological male against biological female. That's what you mean.
Also, what's the definition of biological?
It has. I mean, it has
you're using words. I want to know that you understand these words.
Yeah, it has. Well,
because all I keep hearing from you is a googa booga caveman.
Yeah,
so I'm just
like some anatomy, chromosomal makeup, different things.
The study of living things. See, this is how uneducated you are. You didn't even know that biological just means living things.
How does that affect my argument?
Because putting the word living things next to any word does not make it extra fucking special. Do you think biological and then adding the word man doesn't make the word man any fucking special?
So in this conversation, do you understand what I mean by biological man?
No, I don't understand you because you're ignorant.
So you just
I just feel like I'm speaking to a troglodyte.
So you just wanted to ask me what biological means, but you understand the conversation. So you understand what I mean by biological male then?
Yeah. What about biological males?
So what was the point of? So you know what I mean? You just wanted to ask me what biological.
No, I just wanted to point out that the shit that you said is ignorant and uneducated.
Let's try to move on. All right. So you mean when we say biological male, you mean men like myself and you, born with XY, with a dangalang. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So I guess I have two questions. So firstly, you guys would agree that males who have been transitions cannot compete with, like, let's say trans men who have not transitioned or haven't transitioned cannot compete with women biologically.
What?
I think you're using that differently. Okay, hold on. When you say trans? Okay, because trans men are, female to male. That's what a trans man is. Are you talking about?
Yes.
You talking about like male to female? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like a male that's going and becoming a female.
A male that's becoming a female.
Women, you idiot.
So trans women. Do you mean trans women?
Yeah. Like a person who's biologically a male who's transitioning to being a female. If they haven't transitioned, you would say that they should not be allowed to.
First of all, fuck what you have to say. Fuck what I have to say. By sports, they wouldn't be able to compete because even for cis women, there's certain requirements that they need to follow through. Meaning, they need to be on a specific testosterone level. Otherwise, they will be disqualified as cis women. So the trans women out there that do compete, they have to be at that same level as these cis women when it comes to testosterone, when it comes to all of these other things. Fuck what you have to say, fuck what I have to say. When it comes to these trans women out there that are competing in these sports, they have to follow the regulations and the standards of these sports anyways. Me and you can sit here and argue all fucking day. It's not going to change anything. There's still requirements that they have to follow through. The same way that cis women, like a lot of us, have certain requirements.
I'm asking about your position. I'm not asking about what's...
I don't have a position on a sexual thing that is happening.
Right. So you don't have a position. So you don't even have a position on the question I'm asking.
No, because there's a fact that is happening. The fact of the matter... It's irrelevant. My opinion is irrelevant.
Hey, Carmen, real quick, baby. Manny, real talk. Tell me the truth. It's just me and you talking. Can't nobody else hear us. How old are you, bro?
I'm 21.
Ain't no
What year were you born in?
You sound proper 16.
What year were you born in?
2004.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out how do you have a whole entire argument about trans women, but don't even know the understanding on how to say a trans woman. You was over here talking about trans men while you actually meant trans women. And then another thing, Manny, I don't think you shut the fuck up. I don't think you actually understand what hormones does to the body, like the estradiol, the progesterone actually does to our body. The bone, listen, we have definitely a disadvantage. The first thing that really gets wiped out is the bone density. That's why they try to encourage trans women not to, moan that long of a time. Because it's actually not good, for your body, for your liver, for your kidneys. You don't understand what it literally does to the body, all while trying to argue a point that trans women should not be in women's sports. You don't fucking know what it does to the body. Baby, I am moaned the fuck out. I don't have the same strength that I used to have 5-6 years ago.
No, I think most people. I think other issues could be more like. I think most people would agree that trans women should not be allowed to be in women's.
I don't give a fuck about what most people think.
All right,
I'm just saying it's not a radical
Manny,
position.
Wait.
Manny,
So if most people agree that 1 + 1 = 4, we need to follow them now?
Was that my argument?
Yes.
Yeah,
quite
you
literally.
said
Yeah.
most people wouldn't agree with this
Yeah,
thing.
when did I say that makes it true?
Hold on,
You just said it.
Manny.
I don't think that makes it true. I'm just saying what I'm saying isn't radical.
Manny. I understand what you're saying isn't. So okay, Manny. I understand what you're saying isn't radical, but guess what? Back in the 1960s, me not being able to vote also wasn't radical. So saying that my position isn't the radical position doesn't matter. It's still based in bigotry, my friend.
Yeah, and also, Valsi, we were actually, as black people, we were not able to compete in professional sports because we were so-called being said that we had advantages against non-black opponents.
And Manny, furthermore, most people in America believe that there's a fucking invisible man in the sky or 2,000-year-old zombie that's gonna fucking save them from something.
Exactly, like that. None of that matters, my friend.
You think I'm gonna listen to a grown ass adult who thinks it's an invisible man in the sky orchestrating shit, or 2,000-year-old zombies gonna save them? You think I'm worried about the intelligence of what they have to say? Seriously?
I swear to God, it be the same people that be calling queer people delusional, be calling queer people all types of this shit. The same ones that believe in a sky daddy and demons and angels. Get the fuck.
Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here soon, but I do appreciate everybody being up here. So Manny, the last thing that I have for you is this, and I asked this to my last guest. How does any of this affect you, bro? Because it's like a trans girl playing golf at the local middle school is not gonna make your rent increase. It's not gonna make you not afford medicine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna cause homelessness. It's not gonna do any of that. So who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a issue with the trans person like in the early stages, like playing with biological. I don't think that's the issue. I'm saying when it becomes more like collegiate level or higher, like.
Who
levels,
cares, bro? Like so a trans woman in the NBA, like a trans man or trans woman in the WNBA, is that really gonna make your grandmother's insulin go down?
No, I don't think it. I think.
But wait, Valsi, but why is the topic always about trans women? What about the trans men that are dominating men's sports?
Yeah.
Why is the talk not about them?
Are you saying biological woman who transitions to being
biological woman doesn't exist, bro. That's not a thing.
I mean,
female. You meant biological female. Okay, I got you. You meant biological female. I got you. So female to male transitioners. Yeah, they've been in men's sports and they've dominated.
And been winning, dominating.
Been winning.
I haven't. What sport?
Boxing.
Let me tell you right now. Boxing is one.
Are you saying Are you saying what? Okay, a biological.
Yes, a biological female.
Yeah.
That transitioned into a man.
Okay, you're saying they're dominated. You're saying they're
sports.
You're saying they're like at a high level.
Yeah, winning medals, first places, all of that.
Yeah, all that good stuff. So, Manny, this is what I wanna say, right? Like whether they're trans men, trans women, any of them being in any sport, whether they do good or not. The question that we have is if a trans woman goes into the Olympics, if a trans man goes into the Olympics, does it make the price of your grandmother's insulin decrease or increase? Does it do any of that?
Yeah, I would say I'm more asking the question to see how radical do you think what I'm saying? Because it seems like
I don't care about the radicalism of what you're saying or not. Because again, bigotry can be unradical. Like I said before, back in the 1960s, me not being able to vote was not the radical position. So that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to ask you is, if a trans woman goes into the Olympics, can you still afford health care or not? Is rent still gonna go up? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't think it affects that.
Yeah, exactly. So why do we give a fuck about it? There's no reason for me to care. Like, if my grandmother is gonna die because she can't afford her insulin, you really think I'm gonna care if a trans woman is in boxing? I'm not gonna give a shit about that. Grandmother about to die, bro. Like, why would I give a shit about that?
Yeah, I don't think it directly. I guess I'm asking the question just to see what you guys would say to it. So you guys believe it should be allowed. That's all. I'm not asking.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit because I need to afford my rent.
Okay, I already told you with most of those positions on like economics, I don't particularly disagree.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We spend about an hour and a half on this trans thing to things that does not affect your real life.
No, I mean, I think this could have ended smoothly, but it just too much yelling, just too much insulting. Like
You're uneducated, troglodyte simpleton, and you don't understand what the fuck you're arguing about. And you're arguing against facts, and I have a problem with people that argue against facts.
Do you think morality is
sound
subjective?
like a MAGA, and it
morality
pisses me off. You're an uneducated simpleton. That is the fact of the matter.
Do you think
even
morality
after even after we educated you, you still sat here and made the same mistakes again.
Yes, morality is subjective. Even if God exists, morality will be subjective.
Yes, 100%.
So if you think morality is subjective, then in what way are you arguing facts?
Girl, shut the fuck up.
We're not talking about morality. Okay.
Wait,
all right, Manny.
What is fucking philosophy?
All right. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, Manny, because what you just said was just silly. This man said, "How are you arguing facts if morality is subjective?" We're not talking about morality. Jesus fucking Christ. All right,
I know a Spy Daddy believer when I smell one.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Hey, Legendary, I didn't bring you up here because I didn't
before you leave.
Go ahead, Mo.
When do you usually do your atheist live ones?
Oh, okay. I switch off on every other week. So next week, give me a second. Next week is going to be the 1st. So from the 1st to the 5th, I'm still running this topic. I'm doing politics, and then the week after that, from the 8th to the 12th, I'll be on religion again. Yeah, and then on 15th to 19th, I'll be on politics again, and then the next week after that is Christmas. So I'll probably be with family. I'm not gonna be around. Probably that Saturday and Sunday I'll be back, and that New Year I'll be doing. I'll do religion again on the probably not the 1st because I'll be with family again, but on the 2nd.
Okay, that's good to know because you know me. I like to jump in with the atheist topic because I'll be eating them up.
Yeah, exactly. They don't be liking that, man. But Kate, I appreciate you being up here, Kate. I did make you a mod. I'm not sure if you noticed, so you can.
I did. I appreciate it, Volsi. Thank you.
Not a problem. But y'all, I do appreciate y'all. Hey, Joshy and Legendary, you guys can come back later. Follow me if you like. I'm running this again next week, Thursday, so you guys can go ahead and come on back if you want to talk about it. Tomorrow, I'll be live with Black Atheist Rants, and we'll be talking about why black people should not be Christian, Muslim, or Black Hebrew Israelite. That one's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and also, Volsi, I created a little document, right? That I've been working on it for a hot minute now, but I created a little PDF. All of the hadiths for the Muslims that I've been talking about, I have them all collected with their links in one PDF. If you ever need that, just let me know.
Oh,
girl, I would love that. Girl, hit my DMs, girl. I'll see you tomorrow at church.
Yeah, we'll be back for church. All right, y'all. It's about 10:30. I've been here for 3 hours, 30 minutes, and you guys have been wonderful. I do appreciate y'all, right? I'm just going to go ahead and do my last outro. Sorry to drop y'all suddenly. I'm just going to do my last outro. Remember, y'all, to be here every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I appreciate y'all. On Sundays, I'm live with Black Atheist Rants for the Thoughts and Rant show. Y'all wonderful. Remember to stay smart. Be observant, remember your fallibility, and always remain thoughtful, which means to be soft. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
Sound off on those. Okay, let me just show you really quick where to find those two shirts.